People, check out these amazing sponsors at the Beeline Entertainment.
This is Aaron Peavy. This is my buddy Butch. We wrote a book called The Rhino That Dreams. You can find it on Amazon. Search for the title, The Rhino That Dreams.
Attention to the East Coast film industry community.
Brand new events coming to the Bedford Film Festival. For information on sponsorship, location, and much more, visit bedfordfilmfestival.com.
That's right, get more W. That Generalist energy drink mix that's going to power you through your gaming, content creation, whatever you're doing. It's there for you. Enter that promo code BrianBNRG and get 10% off your order today. Get more W, get more power. Brand new season of the Allegedly Credible podcast. Check out Lady Faye and Mello Supremo. Great topics, great conversation. Check out Chef Q Purdy of Mama Doe's Cajun and Creole Cafe. That's right, amazing food that can be shipped straight to your door from her website. Check out Chef Purdy at the Bayou Gator Crawfest at the Blue Earth Plaza, April 28th and 29th. Be there. Get your tickets today.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are the only one. 'Cause there's something special about you.
This is a breaking news report. Breaking news.
People, it's time to get live on the line. And we are live. I have been muted this whole time. But, yo, listen, it happened. So I got to redo the whole energy and everything like that. Luckily for me, I'm Brian B. I got that W. So if you get that W, that Brian B NRG promo code, you're going to get that 25% off. But listen, I'm going to run it back because I'm Brian B. This is the Beeline ENT. And we live on the line. That's right. All right, y'all heard it that time. Yo. What's good, everybody? We back at it. We got a new show for you going through every Sunday. We're going to be rocking back on 9 o'clock. So we've had a lot of different shows on recently. And, now we're going to be having getting back to like a little bit of the gushy shit, the good shit that you like to talk about, stuff that these people out here need to hear. We're going to have a nice show for us today. But listen, in the waiting room, we got your boy, Mr. Kyle Eric, bringing it back. And of course, you got the sidekick partner in crime, buddy of mine, the big mouth from the South now. We got your boy, Jay D the Mouth. What up, Jay?
What up?
What's good, y'all?
What's good?
Thank you guys for following with me today. We're going to have a really fun show. We're going to talk about a lot of different stuff. Like I said, I was saying when I was muted, and I didn't realize muted happened.
Yeah.
you literally, we've been having like different shows recently. Like we've been talking about, I know we did the one that was nostalgia, which is a lot of fun. I actually have a couple more ideas for that. We're gonna do a lot more nostalgia talk, a lot more pictures. I love that shit, man. That shit makes me feel so good, especially when I feel down or got something going on or stressed out. I love looking back at like stuff I had fun with when as a kid and shit like that or whatever. We were just listening to music, old music from back in the day and stuff like that. But we're gonna do more shows and stuff like that, in that area as well. We also have some entertainment topics that we want to talk on. We were supposed to do that last week. We're gonna get into that, new movies coming out, trailers and stuff, as well as on the Beeline Entertainment on Thursdays, and still on the web show on Tuesdays. But we about to get more into the little naughty stuff. We want to talk about the naughty stuff. We haven't talked about the naughty stuff in a while. You feeling naughty? We gotta get some more women, man. We gotta get some girls to come up on the live in the line chat, man. I don't know where everybody been at. I've been ghost too, so I can't really complain too much. But guys, we're gonna talk about some stuff tonight. How's everybody doing? What's up with everybody?
Life is good, man. Life is good. Had a really good month last month. This month is starting off pretty good. Trying to beef up my resume a little.
There you go.
Try some new things. So hopefully that turns out. No, not hopefully. It will.
There you go. Yeah, speaking into existence early, man. Yeah. I'm starting to learn that too. I'm trying to stay away from the negative talk. You know what I'm saying? Like I want shit to happen. I'm gonna make it happen. That's what you got to do. You can't sit here and think that maybe tomorrow I'll fly what he want to fly. This shit ain't never gonna happen. It's gonna laugh at you. But that's cool, Kyle. You looking for like a new job? You trying to change positions from what you're doing now?
Oh no. I'm trying to add on.
Oh, okay.
See,
okay.
I'm a freelancer.
There you go.
My thing is I edit audio and video for people, including myself. I've been getting more clients lately. I've been, experimenting with more sound effects and things like that. People have been, asking me to help them out. I'm working on as a producer on three different shows with with some cool people, but I also want to try and add voiceover to that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
sure, yeah.
That's the next thing. To beef up the resume is to add in doing voiceover. It's something that I've always wanted to do.
That's awesome, bro.
Nice.
That's awesome.
My mom and my sister, who's also into voiceover and stuff, she directs, right? Oh. So her next thing is she wants to try and do audio books and things of that nature. Yeah. So we're trying to hype each other up, like, hey, look, I can help you with your demo. Help me out with my, my vocal training. We, let's do this.
Exactly.
If we're gonna do this, let's do this.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun too. It's a lot of fun. I actually wouldn't mind being a part of something like that, like voiceover work and things like that, especially for like shows and commercials or just characters, stuff like. I would love to do that. Be a cartoon character voice in the background or something like that.
That's on my bucket. That's on my bucket list to actually be a cartoon. That is on my bucket list.
Yeah, Jay, what up, Jay?
What up?
What's going on?
Just chilling. Oh, grab the wrong fucking bottle. Me
and Jay over there. We was chilling on the other day. We went out the other day, got some lunch and stuff like that. Had like a nice little evening out or afternoon out or whatever.
Nice.
And just
went to go see what the hell was that movie?
Oh man, listen, we saw Evil Dead, yo. Evil Dead Rise. Listen, that's that.
I think you were talking about that joint last time.
I was.
Yeah, that was
that shit was good, yo. But I was telling Jay because Jay's not he's not up really on Evil Dead, and I've been watching Evil Dead since I was little. So my father put me on Evil Dead early. So I was like, yo, listen, this is Evil Dead right here. But they did a good job. I liked all the new ones that they made. They were all good. The last one was really good. The one that they did before this newer one, the remake with the girl, man, listen, that shit was good. It's always crazy, like when it gets to like the horror movies and stuff like that. It's like it's the subtle things for me, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of movies try to do so much and they try to make it like so big and like have the big thing jump at you and be, loud and stuff. I like the subtle things that like really creep you out. Like it was one part in the not the newest one that's in the movie theaters now, but the older Evil Dead, where one of the girls, fine ass, I forgot her name. What the hell is her name? She's gorgeous, yo. She was in Gotham. She was in a bunch of shows, but when it gets to her part to die, she dies. Sorry, spoiler for you guys. she stops. Like at one point, she's just walking. You just see her legs in the screen walking, and she's just walking. And all of a sudden, the music hits, boom, and she just stops. She freezes, or whatever. So then the camera slowly starts going up to her body, and you can see that her whole body is completely frozen. She's standing here like she's just standing there. She's all awkward, but her mouth is kind of shaking, and she's like, you can tell she's like frozen in fear. And then out of nowhere, just from there, she pisses on herself. And when she pissed on herself, and listen, it's just that little piece of detail just lets you know she was fucking petrified. You feel me? Like just that little tiny little thing that they did extra. She was petrified. She was so petrified she pissed on herself. And that's real life. That's like realistic. Like if you guys ever heard of when people if you watch crazy murder documentaries and stuff like that, like I watch, you hear stories like, people are saying like, yeah, I stabbed her and she peed on herself, and like, damn, like that's grimy shit. But do y'all get hit the same way?
It's part of the reason I don't really do horror films. Like the ones that I have watched, I've enjoyed in a way, but it's like I don't find getting scared entertaining. Gotcha. So like
I can understand.
And one day I was asking, I was trying to, I was explaining that to my brother, and he broke it down like this, because I like roller coasters. He's like, the same way you feel about horror films are the same way some people feel about roller coasters.
Roller coasters, yeah.
That's Jay right there.
Once he broke
Jay's
it down,
right there.
I was like, oh, okay, now I get it.
Yeah. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. Hey guys, real quick, we got a new member of the Podcast Alliance group that we got coming in with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Mr. Tyke, the realest, baby. He on with your boy Brian B and JD the Mouth and Kyle E, baby. What up, Tig? How you doing, man? Am I saying your name right?
Yeah, what's good, man?
What's going on, bro? Welcome.
How you doing, bro?
Glad to be on.
Yes, definitely glad to have you on with us, man. We got a full house in here today. I think we got some other people that's going to be coming in with us as well. They usually get in a little later, but definitely looking forward to a packed house for this event. I'm trying to send a couple messages or whatever. I might start a conversation and see if I can get a couple more people in here. But yeah, we're gonna have a fun show today. Got a lot of stuff I want to talk about. Tig, is it Tig or Tig? So make sure I say it right.
Tig. It's my YouTube name, Tig the Realist.
Gotcha. Okay, no, cool. All right, so tell us about yourself a little bit, man. It's your first time on the show.
Tig, from Georgia. I live in Atlanta right now.
Okay.
Went to college. I'm currently working in higher ed, but on the side, I am trying to start real estate classes. I want to eventually get into real estate. Nice. And I actually got 3 YouTube channels. I have my podcast show that I do every Thursday night. And basically talk about modern day relationships and talk about trending topics. Some things controversial, but good discussions, fun discussions. And then I have another channel called, I just started like a week ago, called Black Motivation Vault, with motivational videos, trying to get success in the Black community again. Trying to keep on raising that level. Then I got a group channel with a couple of college friends called Legends of 712, where we do it's more about funny stuff. I do public interviews, things like that. So
it's awesome, bro. Sounds really cool. Definitely, yeah. I'm feeling that the Black motivation and stuff like that. I definitely been diving a little bit deeper into our culture and history and stuff like that, with my fiance and stuff, her family. They're very, very big in it. And kind of been exploring it a little bit, taking my time, make sure I'm doing it at my pace. Sometimes you get involved with people and they're really doing something, and then you try to just try to dabble in it, and they try to suck you in like a vacuum. You gotta just know how to take it slow. I don't gotta be at your level. Let me experience it. So I always respect everybody who's trying to find themselves and learn about themselves. Instead of just being taught what you're supposed to know and everything like that. But yeah, definitely respect, man. How long you been doing the podcast thing?
About a month or 2. Yeah, this year.
Awesome. Awesome. Sounds good. Yeah. Well, one of your topics sound exactly like what we're going to be talking about here tonight. You said controversial. Listen, bro, this is the Beeline. One of the reasons I started this show is straight to the point. That's where I want to be. I don't want to beat around the bush. I want to let you know exactly how I feel about it, so you don't got to comprehend and figure it out. Or what did he mean when he said that? No, I'm gonna tell you. This is what I mean. Like, so get mad if you want, because I want shit to be known, bro. I want shit to be known. Yes, sir.
I like that. Cause last week episode was we did Mama's Boys versus Daddy's Boys. That's what we did. And then we did Mother's Day and Father's Day. Because I kind of take things from Facebook. Like I see people talk about things. I know Mother's Day coming up, and you already start seeing the bitter moments coming out talking about, well, happy Father's Day to me and all that. So that's why we start talking about that the episode. Then this week episode is gonna be about the whole Steve Harvey and Shannon Sharp interview, because I had some things I want to say back to Steve Harvey.
I missed that one. Y'all heard of that?
I've been seeing some clips around on YouTube. It's been making the rounds. I've only seen like his, bits and pieces of it. I haven't seen the full interview, but I might have to check it out.
Yeah, I might have to check it out now. I didn't even know there was something going on with Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey, I don't know, how does he find time, yo? He's at like 17 different things. I like Steve Harvey, but he does seem like one of those older men that's always trying to preach to you and shit like that or whatever. And you saw what happened when Bill Cosby was he was the 90s version of that. We see where his ass is now.
I'm not a big fan of Steve Harvey.
No? And you from Atlanta?
I'm from Georgia. I'm from like a different area of Georgia, but
Gotcha.
I've been living in Atlanta about 2 years now.
Yeah, me and Jay are from Jersey, but we've been living in Atlanta. I've been living in Atlanta for almost 10 years now. Jay, you've been out here for what, 4?
4.
4.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we're in Atlanta now, man. We've been based here for a little while now. I don't mind it, but yeah, man, that's really interesting. One thing that I wanted to kind of touch on, I didn't really want to talk about it too much, but that whole thing that's going down or just went down with Usher and Chris Brown. Man.
Yeah,
I just heard about that.
Yeah, you saw it, right?
I just heard about that.
I seen a little bit of it. I don't know the details. Yeah, I just heard it was altercation.
Grown ass niggas fighting in a skating ring, and they rich. Isn't that even worse? They got all that money and they fighting in the damn skating ring. Just go home.
It's crazy how emotions can change so fast. I had seen the clip of Usher singing. I had seen the clip of Usher singing "Happy Birthday" to Breezy, and then next thing you know, I seen the next scrolled over. It said altercation. I was like, how? How you go from singing to altercation?
What did he say? Did he sing a wrong note or something?
Hey, listen.
It was just "Happy Birthday."
Sang the fucking song wrong, and you skated.
Chris Brown was mad. He didn't call him Breezy. It was fucking warm. Who knows?
But I mean, I know they got that whole thing where they like everybody's been talking about them doing the verses together, and I mean that would be a good verses. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, if let's just hit a debate right now. If Usher and Chris Brown did a verses, or when they do a verses, who y'all got? Let's go around the room.
Usher.
Damn, Jay, can I go around the room?
Oh, listen,
all right, go ahead, Jay. You already jumped in.
I'm sorry, Usher. Confessions alone.
Chris Brown.
Yeah, Tig, you got Chris Brown?
If you talking about a versus, not who better. You talking about a versus, like that means
there is a difference.
Who hits?
Yeah,
who got more hits? Like Chris Brown still doing Usher kind of.
Chris Brown got more hits than Usher.
Nah,
I don't know about
Chris
that,
Brown,
bro.
Chris Brown got a lot. Chris Brown got a lot.
How old do you, Tig?
I'm 25.
Oh,
okay,
that's why.
Okay, yeah. Listen,
for a little while, bro.
Listen,
I listen to a lot of Usher. Now I was just listening to Usher in the car on the way home.
Listen. Pandora don't count. we come from the days where that cassette and the radio.
Usher. I mean, Usher going all the way back. I mean,
to My Way.
Chris Brown definitely has a lot of albums.
He does.
He does. He got a lot of hits. He's definitely a worthy component. Let's definitely throw that out.
Oh, it's close. It's close. It
is close.
I don't argue. I wouldn't argue.
It is close.
At all. I wouldn't argue with Usher at all. Like, it's one of the ones I wouldn't argue at all.
Yeah, Usher. That's why I wanted to ask too, because I think it's easy to forget. Like Usher, all the way back. I remember listening to Usher when I was freaking 8 years old. And my cousin's taking his shirt off and doing, the same damn, dances and putting the hat on and at the, what I'm saying? Usher been out for a minute, bro. You talking about not you remind me. I'm talking about you make me want to leave the one I'm with and start a new relationship. Remember that shit?
That's My Way. Yeah.
Back in the day, My Way. Yeah, that album. Yeah, Usher's been around for a minute.
I was just listening to You Don't Have to Call on the way back.
8701.
Yeah.
That album right there. We was man. That Twerk It Out. That Twerk It Out is still one of my favorite songs from Usher, man. Yeah. I don't know. I think I would have to take Usher too.
Yeah.
I love Chris, but Chris kind of started getting into the, he started, well, I guess Usher did too. Shit, yo,
I will say, I like
Usher got
old
that shit.
I like old Chris.
Usher got it.
I like old Chris more than new. I would say that.
Me too.
That's what I'm saying. Confessions alone.
I mean, but I was
all
just
those
thinking
songs
about,
on there.
I was just thinking about literally, Confessions definitely, but you still got the stuff he did with My Boo. You still got Usher has
that's Confessions.
That Hey Daddy shit, the Daddy's Home shit and all that.
Now my song, what he did with Juicy J, I Don't Mind. That's my song. My favorite song.
I love that.
Oh, that song.
Yeah, come on, bro. Yeah, Usher, I think Usher got that shit.
Loving This Club.
Y'all started making me rethink that. I ain't gonna lie. But I'm thinking about like, man, we do got a lot.
Usher got some fucking
Lovers and Friends with Luda.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Is one of the biggest ones.
Look, that was the summer jam of that year. Like you could not escape
that.
Yeah.
Still. You know what's weird? We were just talking about music before we started the show and everything too. Songs like that, it's funny how they catch on, because if you notice, like songs like Yeah, and even like Rihanna's Umbrella, Pharrell did one with, that's the Happy song. Justin Timberlake did the other song. Those songs get caught on by like the commercialized, environment. And then you start hearing them in the kids' movies or in the movies just as like a dance song. And then that's when them shits really blow up. But you know what I'm saying? Like certain songs can't get picked up in that same way. So it's like, I respect people who do kind of like structure a song to be, accepted by all platforms instead of just one majority. But yeah, Usher definitely can take the cake in a lot of those areas, man. I was sitting there just thinking about all those different songs. Good.
I don't know if y'all ever heard of Tiny Desk concert series on YouTube, but I would say of all the ones I heard,
Tiny Desk series, nice.
Yeah, Usher has the best one. I ain't gonna lie, he sounded so good. I would listen to it like a week ago. It sounded good.
I'll check it out.
It was him and Eric Bellinger.
The Tiny Desk series on NPR. They bring out artists like new artists, underground artists, indie, everybody that you could think of to just do a few songs, in front of like a decent sized crowd of people, and they get so much love just from doing that. And
Tiny Desk concert?
Tiny Desk concerts. They are literally around a tiny area in like a library or something.
And a hard sell right there.
And they're just doing a
Tiny
full
Desk concerts.
They're doing a full concert.
It's pretty cool because they do a couple songs. They'd be like acoustic version of songs. They'd be like be like somebody playing the guitar, somebody playing the pianos. Like it'd be pretty cool. But I like my favorite ones Usher, and then I like Young Thug. I thought Young Thug did his in his backyard. It was really cool.
Let's check it out. I'm gonna see what you're talking about.
Tiny Desk concert.
We're learning something here.
If you're serious about your podcast, stop recording with Zoom.
I don't pay for the extras.
With Riverside,
watch ads.
Record audio and video local.
I'm just hoping to just
what's
really.
Up. We ain't gonna play all of it. We'll check out a couple
this
of
office party that we're having. Yeah, man. So let's get right into it.
Damn, sponsored by State Farm is a big thing.
That sound you hear on bass.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
When we said tiny, they mean it.
Yeah. My uncle did one of these things like that. He played the drums in this little tiny area.
That's Eric Bellinger in the background.
This whole thing right here, because this is a gumbo we got going on here.
What the fuck is he wearing?
On horns, ladies and gentlemen. Lamar.
He remind me of my uncle.
Brandon Phillips. Jerry Williams. On keys,
I
ladies
love
and gentlemen.
live music, man. I love it, yo.
Ain't nothing like it.
Yes, and that guitar to my left. Yes, y'all. Eric Walls. I wanted to do something real special.
All right, bro, you got to get to it. We ain't watching a little fucking nonsense.
There it is.
Think about her and all the things that come along with it. You make me wanna leave the one I'm with, start a new relationship with you. This is what you do, girl. Yeah. You make me wanna leave.
Nice. Nice, Usher. All right, I'm feeling. I'm gonna check out some more of those. I like that. I love music, man. I love music, but like we were just talking about, it's such a weird variety today. It's hard to kind of catch on to stuff for me, man. I'm just not. Today's music isn't my forte, man. I'm just not feeling it, unfortunately.
You sound old as hell when I say it, but
I know. But that's what we're
garbage.
just talking about, man. It's literally. It's like, you know, you kind of just progress with your age, and you can still adapt. Like, I didn't quit music, but it's harder for me to find the song where I'm like, oh man, that's new. Well, who sings that? Oh, okay, I'm down with it. It's more likely like I'm just listening to my old shit that I've always listened to, just kind of vibing when I hear something new, man. But how you guys? You guys still listening to the radio in the car?
That depends on who I'm with.
I have my Apple Play system, but you know I'm a DJ on the side too, so I have to keep up with like old and new music. So I be going through it all.
Yeah, it's definitely different ways you look at it or whatever. But yeah, it's real interesting, bro. Definitely a good point. If you had to say, before we kill this topic, if you had to say, just from listening to that right there, I guess we ain't really give Chris Brown a fair chance. Who would you say sings better, Usher or Chris Brown?
Oh, Usher, just natural. Yeah, I'd probably say Usher a little better.
I'd probably say Usher.
Yeah,
Usher.
Chris Brown, man, he got the dancing too with all of it put together. Yeah.
Usher out of outdancing Chris Brown might outdance Usher. I would give him to them in that category. Chris
Have
Brown.
you ever seen that concert clip with him and Michael Jackson?
Usher?
Yeah.
You ever seen
And
that
Michael
concert
Jackson?
clip with him and Michael Jackson? Is him, Michael Jackson, and Chris Tucker?
Yeah, I saw it.
And they just go off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was Michael Jackson's like 30th anniversary or something like that. I think something like that. Yeah, that was a good show. But yeah, I would have to go Usher, man. I love him. I mean, I love both of them. But yeah, nowadays I don't know. These people making music for whoever now. But we got a comment. Who in the building? Who coming on? Stead.
Steady.
What up, Stead?
What up, man?
Team Usher.
Oh, Stead said Usher all day.
Yeah.
Listen, y'all. Stead, you need to jump up in here. This is a good conversation today. You got the links in the thing if you want to join. But yeah, Usher. I mean, Usher is just like it's one of those things like without Usher, it wouldn't be Chris Brown and all that shit or whatever. But Chris came in and changed the game. Isn't it crazy that we're going through a transition basically where I was thinking about this while I was driving the other day. I was listening to something, and you know, people like Rihanna and Usher, and you know, these are all like people are kind of establishing them as kind of like legends at this point. They've been out for years, man. Taylor Swift. I didn't realize Taylor Swift been out for almost 20 years.
Man, she
That's
almost
freaking
shut down Atlanta.
Isn't it crazy?
When she was out here last week, they had to shut down the roads.
Mercedes. Yeah,
They had to shut down the roads.
On the Benz.
She dope, man. I don't really like her, but she dope.
She performed at State Farm Arena. I was at work. I was just getting off, and she drove by in a limousine and fucking started saying hey to everybody. A group of motherfuckers stepped over each other.
Yeah, that was a crazy weekend because you had Taylor Swift at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, then you had Janet Jackson at
Janet Jackson at State Farm.
Oh
yeah.
shit, I didn't know that.
Bro, the hotel.
I saw that she's going on tour. Janet Jackson is about to do some shows with Lil' Kim.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
People coming out. People need money.
Titty's about to come out too.
Little Kim don't look that bad anymore, yo. I saw her. She was. I mean, her face and stuff is still kind of reconstructed or whatever. But she don't look that bad anymore. She looks like she's all right. Yo, we got somebody in the building. Y'all know this guy very, very well.
Okay, nigga, you say so.
I'm saying I saw her dancing this shit. I was like, all right, Kim, you looking all right. It's not bad. It's not
all you saw was her titties, brother.
No. Listen, I know
she still look like a transformer.
I do look at titties, but
she still look like a transformer.
Them videos was going around where she was looking really fucked up. Like she had that white stuff caked on her face and everything.
But, she caught the worst allergic reaction in history.
Remember how good Little Kim used to look, though?
Listen, she was
isn't that the crazy
fine as hell.
She could have stopped when that Notorious K.I.M. shit came out. If she would have stopped right there, listen, Kim was bad, yo.
Put your lighters up.
That look fucked everything up for her.
Yeah, it did. Yo, we got my boy Harris is drinking again from the Hyder Pubcast, baby. What up, Harris? Back at it. What up, bro?
What's good, man? Over here sipping. Got a couple bottles. Salute everybody. Kyle, JD.
What's going on, Harris? What's happening, brother?
Oh, you got the mic going, sounding smooth tonight, bro.
Yeah. Okay. He back.
We're sounding good. All right.
Yeah, you sound
good, bro.
I had some audio issues on my show this last week. I was hearing myself good, but then on the rebroadcast, the viewers couldn't hear my board or my music, and I was pissed. So I'm trying to re-upload my episode now. But,
it takes time, bro. Like I sent you a message, bro. When that audio shit, especially when you move your equipment, I fucking hate moving my equipment, yo. Because every time I do it, even if I put it back exactly how it was, something's always off or wrong a little bit. You ever experienced that, Tig?
I agree. Yeah.
Pain in the ass, man.
Agree. Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, Harris, your shit sounding good, bro. What's going on? You got you got a sponsor over there, bro. Got some sponsorship?
Finally got a little sponsor, Gubba Rum. They're actually out there on the East Coast with you guys. We're trying to get them over here on the West Coast.
Oh,
but Gubba Rum. They got a coconut rum and a vanilla rum. And so I'm gonna sip a little coconut, drink a shock top, and then I'm gonna try to make some reviews and reactions on my channel about the rum and shit like that. You know?
Cool. Good shit, bro. We was just over here talking about Usher and Chris Brown got into a little spat or whatever, the roller skating ring, like they 14 and shit. Fucking grown ass man. I dance better than you. No, I do, damn it. Falling and shit. Well, I don't know what
fucking Bow Wow was there. He'd be on roll, bounce, and kick both of them.
Who the fuck is Bow Wow anymore? Where is he? Is he anywhere? I saw him still trying to fucking holler at Angela Simmons on that show that one last. Wow, that nigga dropped hard, yo. Bow Wow, I don't know. I heard somebody say Bow Wow can really spit one day, and I almost threw up. I was like, "What the fuck?"
That nigga can spit all right, just like me.
Yeah, I ain't been interested.
Any fucking time I want to.
Wow. I ain't been interested in Bow Wow. I ain't no hater of nothing, but nah, I'm good. But yo, damn, I wish we had a girl up in here, bro. I really wanted to have a girl for this conversation.
No, we get our ass kicked talking about Bow Wow.
It's gonna sound bad just with all dudes and shit everywhere. But I want to talk about on this episode of the show, I wanted to talk about some sensitive topics when it comes to dating, man. I haven't been dating in almost 6 years now, which is great, because even before that, like I was kind of like in between. Like I went almost like a year and some change without really messing around dating. Let's go ahead and start off here. How many of us, just in the room right now, besides me, everybody know IT Tiff, we're engaged now and everything like that.
Congrats how many, again.
Thank you. How many people have relationships? Let's start with Kyle. Relationship wise, where you at the moment?
Single.
Happy. Single, happy.
Single.
He said that shit.
Whole world out here single.
Oh yeah.
Whole world.
Tig, you single too?
Oh yeah.
Any kids or anything?
Oh no.
No kids. Damn, you guys are fucking free birds, yo. Free birds. What up, Jay? I know about your life, but tell everybody your life.
Happily married.
Jay's married.
Working on the children. Coming soon to a theater near me.
And then my boy Harris. Harris, what's your situation currently, brother?
I mean, it's my baby mama's my ride or die.
Yeah.
So we're in a relationship, but man, I mean, men gonna be men. So I got the perspective of a single man, but I'm definitely with my woman, but she knows I'm a fucking half a dog too. So it is what it is. There ain't no fucking topic off or out of bounds.
All right, so we're gonna talk about that. See, Harris, I fucking love when Harris gets here because you always know you're gonna get a different perspective of just the right shit. You're gonna get some of the wrong shit too.
Now, this Patrice O'Neal had a great joke years ago.
Boy, yo,
he was saying that they would ask his girl. He said, he's been with his girl says they've been in a relationship for 5 and something, but he say he's in a relationship with this girl for like 2, meaning it takes men a little bit, I don't know, longer to like come around into that whole relationship mode.
Okay.
I forget the actual context, but he's like, we've been together 5 years, but I've been with her 2. She's been with me the whole 5.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. I love that once, bro. Yeah, Patrice O'Neal is funny as shit. Yeah, he said, I know he said, yeah, my girl's my girl, but she don't know we go together. The girls always need a title and shit. Like, it's kind of true. Y'all feel that way too? Like girls always need kind of are they mostly the ones who want to, establish the commitment, or is it like guys do too? What do y'all feel about it? Kyle, you guys start off.
Personally, I was the guy that wanted to define the relationship. You know what I mean? When I have been in a relationship in about 11 years, right?
Oh shit. Okay.
The last one I was in, we kind of already knew, and she pulled the trigger, right? Like she asked me. Like we both knew we liked each other. It was like months into us just being friends, talking over the phone, and then one day she told me, and then she asked me, and she said, no obligation. I just asked me to think about it, and then we just we were official from that point on. But yeah, personally, some of us cannot, some of us, I think it's just easier because sometimes you think you're in a certain situation and then it turns out you're not, right? So I think that's where communication needs to come around, needs to be. Now, I've been around couples that have been together forever, and their story is that at some point they just knew they were in a relationship and they didn't want to be around anyone else. That's, at least that type of relationship they were in. They didn't want to be around anyone else. That's how they knew. With me, I would appreciate it if you told me, you know what I'm saying? That's it.
I feel you. Jay, what you thinking?
Let me go to the bathroom. Hold on.
Oh damn. Okay, well, that's answer ever. Tig, let's let Tig get in here. Tig, what you think about it, bro?
I want to say the question one more time so I can understand it.
Basically, like, do you feel like the woman is usually the one who wants to establish the title of what the relationship is, or do you think that men share that responsibility just as much?
Oh no, I think it should be up to men. I think men we should be able to control relationships, like the terms of relationship, like whether the relationship happen or not. Like just because like we control whether we're gonna marry a woman or not. Control whether we're gonna stay different. Same way women control access to sex. I think men control the terms of the relationship. So I think men is the one to decide. Well, okay, I want this to be my old lady now, or my girl now. My old lady.
Yeah, you gotta be careful saying shit like that now. They can fucking cancel you. Get canceled for anything nowadays. But I completely respect what you're saying. I mean, literally, I don't know. It's different. We didn't talk about it. I want to go around the room and shit though. But all right, Harris, go ahead, bro. What you feel, man?
And I kind of agree with Tig. Traditionally, a man probably supposed to, pick the woman. I mean, if you're gonna marry them, I mean, you're going out there to search, for the one and everything. But I don't know, modern day times. I mean, when you talk about maybe the title or the term, I mean, I don't really. I'll let a woman maybe handle that part as far as it, but you can call us what you want. This is me. I'm still over here. I got you. Got your back. But I'm not too concerned with necessarily we are or we aren't. I don't know.
Yeah.
Kind of deal. But traditionally, yes, I think men definitely should just lead. And if you truly do want that girl, you got to let her know, though. You got to put your mark out there and claim your territory.
Yeah.
Let other brothers know. But
no, I definitely feel where you guys are coming from. I mean, I definitely would say, yeah, like Kyle said as well. Like I feel like I'm the kind of person where I want to know what the fuck is going on. Like I don't like playing games. I don't like the little cheat codes that people be trying to use and stuff. Well, you never said we were doing. Listen, bro. Like if it's not understood, let's just finalize it. You know what I mean? So if I'm dealing with somebody, it is nice to know, like, hey, what is this? Hey, what's going on? What's the situation or whatever? And like you guys said, Harris and Tig, like I do feel like personally, like, it is up to the guy to at least, present that. Like, hey, listen, I feel like, the women might want it. I want to know, what are we, I want to know if we're going to be married. I want to know if we're going to move in together. But I feel like it is up to the guy to kind of establish that rule. Like, hey, listen, yeah, you're mine. Like, this is, not by force, but just by understanding. Like, hey, we're together. You know what I'm saying? I want you to be mine. Like, I appreciate you as mine. And that's where it should go from there. I don't feel like anybody should be like controlled or anything of that nature, but I do feel like it is kind of a generalized understanding that people have. Like, women are the only ones who want to get married and want to be tied down and stuff like that. I don't personally agree with that. I enjoy having, knowing what I have is mine and only mine, not, up for grabs because the situation is never defined and shit like that or whatever, if that makes sense. But I do accept, everybody's, preference for what they like and everything with it. But yeah, I like the title to be known, bro, up front. Like, yo, listen, or at least even established at the beginning. Like, hey, I'm actually looking for a commitment. Like, I'm looking for a relationship. Are you looking to have fun? Yo, shit, we can have fun, but I'm looking for a relationship. I'm just letting you know. So if you telling me you want to have fun, I'm not taking you seriously anymore. But even that is hard because sometimes shit changes. You feel me? Like, you could be having fun with somebody and they really like having fun with you. They weren't expecting to having fun, that much fun with you, and then that perspective changes. So it's kind of it's difficult, man. It's difficult for that.
That's how it was with me and my wife when we first met. Me and you just moved back to Linden.
Oh yeah,
we was having fun.
Yep.
Met several different women off Facebook. Was just having fun, but 13 years later, she the one.
Yeah, you never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I myself, I mean, I've only technically been in, I won't even say two. This is really my first one with my child's mother. I don't give a fuck about relationships. And after, if this one don't work out, man, I don't really see myself. It would be nice in a perfect world, but I don't really see myself like even really pursuing a woman like that, man. Just with all the baggage, the different things, and then it took so long for us to get to a certain point. Like, you got to invest a couple years in a real relationship. Take you like 2 years to get to know each other, and then if you got a coach or she trying to kind of coach you and work your kinks out. It's a lot, man. So
yeah.
Even before though I had my kid, I mean, I was just out running around, and I had a little girlfriend when I was 22, but I've never really pursued a woman as far as I want to take her on as a long term. I always, just dip and dabble.
I feel you on it. I feel you on that, and I definitely understand like why, because it is kind of difficult to kind of like get into a situation, especially nowadays where there's so much interference, yo. And I know we've talked about this before on the show. There's so much interference. When I say interference, I mean like there's so many different connections that you can have with people instantaneously. You don't even have to go anywhere. Like like literally pull your phone out, go on an app, go on Facebook, just like you just said, Jay, meeting people on Facebook. We were all doing that, like just meeting different girls on Facebook, MySpace, dating apps, whatever. And then, you know, next thing you know, you're talking with him, chilling with him, you know, doing stuff with him and shit like that or whatever. That's how easy it is, accessible at all times. So it's like, even if you don't want to do something, you might come across it. And I think that's the craziest part about it. You can easily, it's not just like going into the store and bumping into him with your cart and shit. It's just being home and just liking a photo. And then hey, I saw you liked my shit. And then it's like, oh, yeah, well, I just liked it. And then now you got a connection that's, you know, capable of being built at least. What you think, Tig? How you feel about dating nowadays, man? Do you do a lot of dating being single?
Man, I'm just having fun right now, but I will say I'm in my 20s, so I'm still in the realm. Like, when a long term, I get ready to get married, I want to be able to like lead my household. So of course, like one thing I preach to like guys, like in order to be able to ask a woman to follow you, you got to give her something to follow. So
yeah.
All right, now my focus is fitness and finance. That's my focus right now. Like I want to
nice.
get down to my weight goal, get my. I make good money, but I ain't never satisfied. So I always want to make more. So I'm working on like career, working on YouTube, things like that right now. But you know, I'm always open to the right woman coming along.
Yeah, for sure.
Sounds good, bro.
I feel like we should give the brother some applause for that. There
you go. For sure. Yeah, I gotta get my buttons working, and then I'm gonna get my applause and shit like that going for everybody. But yeah, no, I definitely appreciate that. And you know what I liked about your answer more than anything? You kind of knew exactly what you were saying. Like you knew exactly where you were at. I ain't gonna lie, it's not easy, bro. I'm 10 years older than you, and like even now, like, you know, just going through transitions, man. I enjoy, you know, where the steps have taken me to where I am in my life, and I've been up and down roller coasters my whole life. But it never stops, man. That's another thing I'm starting to realize. Like, you know, life is difficult. That's why I was saying, even what Harris was saying, man. Sometimes you kind of just go and you see, like, you know, what everybody perceives like is supposed to be the right thing to do, whatever. Oh, you're supposed to get this and have a house and picket fence and, you know, get married and kids and shit. But a lot of times, you know, you don't understand what comes with those things that everybody are just saying you're supposed to have. And not everybody is wanting to be in that situation, man. Life is challenging, bro. Like, especially when you're involving, you know, another person into it, little people into it. It's, you know, jobs and, you know, finance, and, you know, you got to go to the store and pay fucking $4 for a loaf of bread. And it's a lot, man. It's a lot of things out of your control, even. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's why I like what you said, Tig, when you were just like, hey, listen, it's fitness and finance, two of the most important things in life at this moment. Unfortunately, you know, fitness for your health, and, you know, finance because you need money to be able to support yourself and your family at the end of the day. Unless you want to live in a fucking box, you know. So it's just interesting, yo. You got to be careful in Atlanta too, bro. I feel bad when people got fucking date out here. You don't know what the fuck is you getting, a disease or a dick. The D's.
That's over here where I live at.
Oh, bro.
Right down the road from Lennox. So
Lennox? Oh, Jay, you was over there.
Yeah.
Jay was doing security over there.
I'm in Butthead. So, yeah.
Oh gosh,
it's rough over there, man.
I always, being on the West, I always hear shooting at Lennox Mall, right? That's the
fucking,
hood.
Yeah. That shit is wild, yo. Wild West.
Shops of Buckhead.
You wouldn't think it because it's such a nice community. Like, there's so much stuff, like big ass houses and shit like that, or whatever. Like, you know, but yeah, it's rough, man. That area is rough. I guess that's why people they know the money's over there.
So it's a hood everywhere.
Facts.
For sure. That's definitely interesting. All right, so now that we've established the dating part of the situation, all right, let's find out who the cheaters is. So we understand, like, you know, as far as the commitment and stuff like that, you know, everything happens. You get involved with somebody. Everybody here has at least been in a relationship. When you get into a situation with somebody and you start to realize, hey, maybe this isn't what I want to do, or maybe this isn't exactly what I thought it was. Sometimes people stay in that situation for different reasons. Maybe not for the sex, maybe not for the money, whatever the case may be. But you still may find interest in other places. Now, that's what I define as cheating. Finding interest in other places other than with what you have established in your connection. That's what I define as cheating. Now, there's different ways of it. There's different, severities of it as well. What do you guys? Let's just start round robin shit or whatever. Let's just start. We're gonna start with you, Kyle. We're gonna kind of go around the room here. Kyle, what do you define as cheating? Let's go. Like, what's the very smallest thing if you're in a relationship with a woman? What's the smallest thing that she can do where you'd be like, damn, you kind of just cheated on me, yo? Let's start with you, bro.
In my case, she told me directly. So
okay.
It took a little bit. It took like a day and a half to even speak to her. But once she straight up told me, like, oh, her exact words were, oh, I met this guy at this place. Wouldn't tell me what the place was. I didn't want to know about the guy. And then I asked her, is this what you really want? She said yes, had no remorse in her voice. Dang. And then that was pretty much
cool
it.
Right there.
Yeah. I'm trying to give everybody a chance to talk because there's a story that goes with this. But in this case, she tried to hide it. And then when I finally got a hold of her, she told me what the deal was. And then I made a scene in the parking lot. That's how bad it was.
Damn.
Yeah. I got like a list here. We're gonna come around to everybody's like personal stories in a second. But what's the minimal, like what's the smallest thing that, if, at any time, like even if you started dating somebody tomorrow, if you found out that she was doing this and you found out about it and you were like, man, wait a second, like that's kind of cheating to me.
Yeah.
How small would that be? Like hugging somebody, saying hi to somebody, like, what I'm saying? There's different fucking things for different people, man.
No.
What would be serious to you?
Serious to me would be if you're telling me you're dating me and yet you still have an active dating account.
Okay, that's a good one.
If your account is still active, you're still getting notifications from Tom, Dick, and Harry. You know what I'm saying? Then that's cheating.
That's a good one right there. Actually, I didn't think of that one. What you got, Jay? What's something that you're saying to yourself like, hey, if this happened, I think we got to talk about this shit. You kind of you on the borderline at least.
I would say that consistently speaking to a male friend, male period.
Really? So this like conversation?
Yeah, because before you know it, as you're speaking to someone of the sex that you're attracted to, you tell more and more about yourself to them, and they tell more and more about yourself to them. Or you know what the fuck I meant. I said it the opposite.
Yeah. No,
so before you know it, you hear what they tell you, they hear what you tell them, and interest becomes.
That's why this question is really interesting, yo. Because
so before you know it,
you can
y'all
see
like
in
the same
room.
color. You like your fucking favorite song is the same. It's the most simplest shit. Favorite movies, favorite anythings, or dislikes. You fucking hate mustard, they hate mustard. The simplest shit for me.
All right, Tig. What about you, man?
So I was gonna say what Kyle said. I kind of agree with that, but I would add try to seek too much attention. Like try to seek attention. Like gotta validate attention from other men. Like I started seeing that. That would start break out the red flags.
Yeah, definitely seeking attention. I definitely can understand that. Do you know like any way, like where, because seeking attention can mean a lot. Like I was saying before, like if your girl's walking down the street and she makes eye contact with somebody, like are you looking at that like, oh look at this bitch over here looking at this guy, like what I'm saying,
if she dressed a certain way for a while and all of a sudden I know her, she started dressing like a little sluttier. Start revealing a little bit more. I was like, okay, where did this come from out of nowhere?
Look at this bitch.
Yeah, exactly. They're also entertaining. Like entertaining too. That's another thing. Like entertaining. Like no, I don't need you entertaining no niggas.
I like that. I like that word. That entertaining.
like entertain, like bro, we already know how dudes think, bro. So soon as you start entertaining a dude, he already think he in there. I don't need that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about
I
that
don't
shit.
need
I don't fuck with anybody say about that
But
right there.
women like to say, "Oh, I'm just being nice." Like, bro, it ain't how dudes take it, bro. Dudes think it like, "Oh,
That's
it's a
very
play.
true.
It's a potential play right here." No, all you need you can't even think. No.
All right, Harris. We're gonna get you, and then we're gonna kind of touch on everybody's topics, what they said. What you feel like? What's something minimal for you? Like, are you like, nah, bitch, you tripping? Like,
Pretty much kind of what the fellas is saying, but for me, it's like, the guy friends a little bit, but it's like any time or energy that you're wasting, especially if you're spilling outside secrets, like if you got a work husband or some fucking high school friend and he knows about my situation and our situation, like, yo, sometimes he comes home, he be on this podcast tripping, blah, 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 blah. Like if it's that kind of shit,
yeah,
that's overbalanced. That's too much for me. When the third person knows what's going on in our bedroom or in our home, and that goes for the fucking, even some of their girlfriends too. They be yapping too much. Like,
I feel you.
And I tell my girl too, like don't be telling all your girlfriends how good I put it down, because then they're gonna want to come through over here and
it's a good point. It's a good point.
Just anything like that. And just for the record, not necessarily my relationship now, but in general, I would much rather a woman. The physical shit don't really bother me, bro. Like, cause I want to fuck other people too. Like, if a woman come to me and hey, I want something new, or I'm cool with that. It's like, or I could be cool with that. It's if I found out, just like walked in on it, or if I'd pretty much rather have her physically cheat on me than cheat on me with time and energy, like really spilling secrets. You know what I mean? That's just my personal thing. It's I just don't believe in true faithfulness, bro. I literally don't. I don't think that it's normal, natural, nor should it be. Like why the fuck would I want one vagina for the rest of my life? That's fucking ridiculous. That's not even gonna happen. And I would not expect a woman to want my fucking fat, hairy, raggedy ass all over her too for the rest of her life. That's just not realistic. So I don't really like. It's just that time, energy shit, like leaking secrets, talking about what I got going on or my personal shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you bring up a good point, man. That's one big thing that, a lot of people always talk about the sexual shit or whatever, and they talk about like different things like that. But you got to remember, when you are with somebody, you're with them, and you are, your life is their life at some point, especially if you're living together, having kids together. So it's like you literally are going through a process of, sharing everything, your problems, your struggles, your differences, whatever, with this person. And they could just be an open story to somebody else. And now other people are learning your life and your experiences, even if it seems minimal. People know how to use shit against you. People know how to, manipulate, especially people that are close to your circle. So it definitely is something to think about, or something to consider while you are dating. I definitely agree with all of you guys. I think that all of those to a degree is definitely a level of I gotta have a conversation with you, Jay. I would say least of all, I think I agree with, like, I don't have a problem with, like, male friends and stuff like that. I'm not one of them people who are really jealous, like hardcore jealous like that. Like, I'm not more jealous. I'm more like, I just don't want like disrespect. And I think disrespect comes along the lines like you guys were saying. If you're secretive and you're trying to, like, sitting here, telling everything about my whole life and our life, and he had a fight today and I just can't stand when he does that. And you're telling that, like you, Tig, and like Harris said, those are things that, are you trying to open the door? Are you trying to have that shoulder to cry on that's going to turn into a dick later? Like, is that what your intentions are? So now I'm questioning shit. But if you got a guy, or whether you work with them and, stuff like I had, probably because of me too, because I've had, girls that I've worked with in the past. And honestly, I never was interested in really doing anything with them. I would have, but I never ever was like just being their friend just to do it. Like, I was more just like, we were just cool. My girl Kia I used to work with, she was older too. We used to kick it. Fucking, she'd pick me up, drive me home. Cool as shit. You know what I'm saying? Kia wasn't ugly. She was good looking. She was, she had kids like 15, 16. We was just cool as shit. So it's like, I understand it's definitely, you know, that environment that gets built. So I would never want to be just like that hardcore, like, bitch, who you talking to? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's also a headache too. Like, that'll drive you quick to not want to be dealing with anybody if you got to worry about shit on that level all the time. But for me, it's more like, you know, the hard connections. You kiss somebody, you know, you touchy-feely with somebody, you texting somebody at night and keeping it secret from me, shit like that. That's where I'm like, okay, we gotta have discussions, because I'm not a look at the phone nigga. Is anybody in here look at the phone nigga, yo? Anybody in here trying to sneak and look at their girl phone when she in the shower and shit?
Not even that. Sometimes I tell my girl, "Who the fuck you texting? Who let me see that shit." No, for me, I believe you got to check them every once in a while.
Okay.
I don't want her to get too, but I'll be like, yeah, what the fuck is so important on that motherfucker? You know, what's this? What's that? I am that dude, but I think that's more just I like to stress them out a little bit. I like to keep them on the edge, keep them on their toes, man.
I love Harry. I love Harris's fucking food, yeah. Because you can't. The thing about it is, yo, you can't get mad at the way somebody does things, yo. Because like we were saying earlier, everybody's different, and everybody has had experiences. Everybody has different reasons why they do this, from what they've seen, what they've heard, you know, or just whatever they feel personally. Like, yo, if you know that that's how you want your situation to be, you know, or you want to have that control over your situation as much as you can, that's what helps you, you know, guide your relationship the way you would like it to be. Yo, more power to you. I respect anybody's ways of doing shit. You know, as long as it ain't no crazy, I'm just abusive, you know, guys who walk home and just start cursing their girl out. Bitch, you probably did something I don't even know. Come on, all right, you fucking a little ridiculous now. But you just gotta be careful, man, because it is different options that you could take to find some shit out. But if you are looking for shit, in my opinion, you may find something and you may take it differently than even if it wasn't serious, because your perception of it may be like, oh, this bitch over here texting this nigga 50 times, but you didn't know, like, you know, they had a work project together and it was just her team partner or some shit like that or whatever. And, you know, you just saw this name come up a lot and now you fucking flipping out, breaking dishes and shit. But that's why I feel like me and my girl, we don't, I got a lock on my phone just because I use my bank shit on it and they make you have it. But before that, or I started using that, I'll leave my phone out. I never touch my girl's phone. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't even look towards it. Never even feel like I have to. But I never have with any girl I've ever been with.
As long as there's that transparency, communication, like my girl knows my password, I know her password, if whatever. If like you could just get in there. Yeah, if your shit's dead, hop on mine. My shit's dead, I'll hop on yours. But as long as there's that transparency, like, hey, like I've even told her, hey, I'm emailing this lady, try to get on the podcast, whoop-de-whoop. Like, so that's what that is. If you're wondering, I'm not tripping. Here you go. So that's that's what I do. As long as there's some transparency there, and it's like you said, like midnight and shit, and I kind of feel you get up out the bed and click that shit, put it this weird movement. That's
the sound effects.
That's the main thing I get on my girl about is like, yo, you maneuver like a goofy with the phone. Like you do shit with your phone that make cause I'm paranoid. I'm fucking paranoid, like just in general.
Yeah.
The way you move makes me fucking like weird. Like why you, or like you'll be doing
tiptoeing with the shit. I feel
then I go sit down and you start playing the game. Like or playing the game and then
huh?
And she'll, and sometimes she knows, she'll be like, I'm not doing nothing. Look, and I'll be like, all right, I'm just saying, like you move fucking weird with the phone, like I don't know, man. Sometimes maybe too guarded with it. Like, yo, leave this shit there, and because sometimes I'll make a purpose to like, I shit with my phone, I shower with my phone,
everything. Yep, everything.
But there's some times where purposely I'm like, yo, let me just leave this shit on the bed. Let me charge this shit, go shower, and then if she does want to look at that shit, then. But sometimes I think when you're in a relationship and it's too guarded, or you that could lead to red flags to people.
I believe that is something heavy. We're gonna jump into that in a second here. I feel the same way you feel, just with that topic there. I feel like if you're always have to be on some, paranoia shit where it's like, damn, are you doing something? Like that's got to be the most tiring thing to do. Now you got some people, like you said, Harry's like, you're just paranoid. I'm paranoid too, but I'm paranoid over different shit, like not really relationship shit, but I definitely understand, like, you know, whether it be you have to do it because it's just kind of what you do, or you have to do it because the person that you're with is kind of making you have to be in that. Like you said, being suspicious, acting weird. I always tell, like, I've been in relationships where I've told my girl, or I've told, like, you know, somebody I'm talking to or whatever, you should never make anybody have to trust you. Somebody should just trust you. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is, you shouldn't be like, oh, I trust you, so you can go and stay out until 4 o'clock in the morning and don't tell me what you're doing, or don't text me or let me know anything. I just trust you. No, at that point, you're making me have to trust you. Because if you're going to just do things like you're not with somebody, or like you have no responsibility, then how much respect do you have for me? Fuck trust altogether. Like, you can just, oh, I just went out with my girls. I didn't think I had to tell you. You know I wasn't doing anything. You trust me, right? Fuck you. Like, that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, at that point, it's just a phrase. But if you're with somebody, you should have the understanding, like, hey, let me text my husband, or let me, you know, text my boyfriend and say, hey, babe, you know, I'm not usually, you know, text you when I'm out of work or whatever. When I'm going out with the girl, I'm just going to have a couple drinks or whatever. I'll be back home later. Cool. You feel me? Like, I trust you that you do that and have the respect for me to do that. Not just do whatever you want and then just kind of hit me with the trust card. Like, you should just know you trust me, so just don't worry about it. That's some played shit to me. But I do want to talk about Kyle. Now, this is one of the other questions that I had here, because you have been cheated on. At least you kind of just acknowledged it right away.
Yeah.
What were some of the flags that you started to see immediately? Like, what were some of the things where you kind of started being able to tell, like, holy shit, something's going on?
She called me by my government name.
Really? So the pet name went away?
Yeah. She started using my full name, you know, and because before we were together on and off for 2 years. Before it was, you know, baby, babe, that, you know, that whole thing, right? We even had like little nicknames for each other, that whole thing. So very rarely, unless one of us got mad, did the full name come up. And then we would have these conversations where she would say, Kyle, are you sure about such and such? And at one point she asked me, why are you still with me? Right? Why?
Like a regular conversation, or y'all arguing?
Yeah, she, like, we were having a conversation. She was, I think she just had a fight with her family or something. And she asked me, why are you still with me? You like Japanese stuff. How come you never tried to go for like an Asian girl or something? And because I'm like, I'm with you. That's why. Right. And, you know, like I said, we had been together on and off for 2 years. We had broken up twice before this. Right. Yeah. And that was one thing that I didn't think about until after we broke up. She called me by my first name, and that very rarely happens. Her family, they call me Kyle. You know, she would call me, she would call me babe or a little pet name or whatever. I would do the same thing for her. And then, then one day it just went away. You know, and then like about a week or so later, I found out what the deal was. You know, so there's my red flag in my case.
That's fucked up. My girl just called me by my government the other day. Shit,
baby, fuck up Harris now. We got for that. He'll be checking her emails, messages, mail, car tire pressure. Yo, all right. Anybody else in the room who been through an experience of getting cheated on and finding out and everything like that?
No,
nobody.
I've never really.
Not me.
No, never been in a relationship.
Y'all lying y'all asses off. Ain't nobody trying to fucking show their true colors here. Jay, you never got cheated on?
You know, nigga, my relationship was Diamond and Amanda before my wife. Shit, I didn't know.
Listen, all right, fucking, I'm telling Jay story. Jay don't never want to reveal his.
I don't be knowing shit about them.
Tell that motherfucker, I'm gonna lie on him.
Listen, if you know about the bitch, let me know.
Listen, this was fucking crazy. Listen,
she lived in Jersey City. I don't know shit.
This is a story with me and Jay. All right,
It ain't never come out.
Me and Jay have done so much shit. I mean, we just need to have a show just talking about all the shit we've done. At one point, when we were like in our 20s or whatever, we had this house we moved into, and his family moved into it, and it was 3-floor house. And from the gate, and we used to, do shit and drugs, a whole bunch of shit going on. So we always had an interesting fucking environment around.
Gosh, nigga, don't say drugs, say weed.
Well, okay, what
drugs.
No, it was more than that.
Drugs. Yeah, chill out, brother.
Yeah, come on. That was more.
No, you can
not
tell
us doing it. We weren't doing it. But
still, rephrase that shit, bro.
Yeah. Well, it was some shit. But we had a house that that they moved into, and I was over the house every fucking day, and we called it the Real World House because this house got foreclosed. And we had cable in that shit. We had everything, fucking African niggas' names. What fucking crazy shit, right? And we had 3 floors. And his brother stayed on the first floor. They other brothers stayed on the second floor with Jay. And then I stayed on the 3rd floor with our boy Carlos for like a week. And then Carlos bounced. So we used to fucking bring girls in there, have parties, have everything. So I was dating this one chick, and we used to fucking make the house move. And it was wild, yo. And
who the hell were you dating at the time?
That was Chanel.
Chanel, okay.
But
bringing out
he was
going
to
and everything.
Yeah, oh yeah, shit, fuck it, whatever. But he was going out with this girl named Diamond or whatever. This cute little black chick. And I forgot
Jersey City.
He met her on the telephone chat shit or whatever. Now
yeah,
I remember
Raven.
But he was dating her, and then one day I forgot what the fuck happened, but we were talking. I think she was at the house, and we were all in the living room, and she was telling us about her ex-boyfriend was still living with her. Right?
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that shit.
Yeah.
We were all in the fucking living room, like, what, bitch? Like we were like, you know what? When somebody says something, and you're like, you hear it because you're not really listening. You over there on your phone and shit, and then somebody says something, and you're like,
yep, and you tune right in.
Wakes up the conversation. That's how it was. We was in there. It was me and my girl. I think I was like his brother. It was a bunch of us in there, and she was like, "Oh no, my ex still lives in the house with me." And what the fuck did you just say? And right there, I was like, "So how do you know what they're doing? Like, how do you trust that? How do you got all this shit going on?" And Jay was kind of just like on some whatever shit or whatever. So I just kind of took like you didn't care.
It was whatever. No, that's the thing. I ain't give a fuck.
You don't think she cheated on you? Like you ain't know, or you
she probably did, but it wasn't nothing serious.
Okay,
we was just fucking.
See, he has
that's the thing. He wasn't serious.
It wasn't anything serious, so he has no reason to be jealous.
Okay, I mean,
that's the thing.
I respect that. I thought y'all was like kind of talking with her. That's why I didn't know if it was because I remember how that conversation went in that fucking living room, and she was like, "Oh, okay."
And listen, after that, we were still together having fucking fun.
Yeah. Y'all stayed together for a little bit, but
we wasn't serious.
No red flags on nobody.
No.
Damn, man. Yo, listen, I got cheated on. I feel bad now. Shit, me and Kyle, we only niggas in here getting fucking played out.
I almost cheated a few times, but
I never loved nobody or gave a damn about. Like, all right, if you want, cool.
Yeah, given the response I kind of expected that from you, bro.
I was messing with a girl like about a year ago, when me and my girl was taking a break. And she's like what do we call ourselves? What I was like, I don't know, I'm just we're just kicking it. She said she's like, how about we got us a situationship? I was like, a situation. She's like, yeah, we in a situation because she was like,
have to title it. See, just has to.
But she was like, because see, I like you, I fuck with you, but I'm kind of fucking with this other guy too. I'm in a situation with him, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, cool, like whatever. But for me, there was, especially when you put it like that, it's like I can't develop feelings. It's like, cool, situationship. You got a little something over there. I got you. I'm trying to build up my roster anyway, and so.
Oh shit, I agree with that.
It was
y'all had an understanding. So.
Yeah, it was kind of it's cool. But she would call me boo, and this. And, I don't know. She just had a couple of boos, that's what she wanted. And I was like, I'm cool with that,
Well, I mean, I definitely understand. Like, you can't expect cheating to be if you're not really established, like as a one-on-one situation or whatever. If it's just up in the air, then yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But I know the last big thing that I remember, and this is the one time that I know for a fact that I got cheated on or whatever, and it was weird because I was staying with this girl. She was kind of living with me. Because we were kind of having fun, but at the same time, it was kind of serious. It was like, she's staying with me, and it was more like she was staying with me, even though I knew she wasn't supposed to be staying with me. But it was just fun to have her around and shit, cleaning the house, fucking good, and cooking meals, and it was just fun. But it wasn't an established relationship, so we were together, and I usually always have the conversations like, "Hey, yo, listen, we're together. Like, I just want to let you know, like, I let that shit be known, like, hey." It's me and you. You know what I'm saying? If we decide it's me and you, then it's me and you. If you don't want it to be me and you no more, then let's just fucking separate, because I don't want to be fucking around with all this different stuff or whatever. So, we established that it was a connection. So that's important to know. But I didn't have a car, and she had got a car. So that was one thing she kind of had up with me. That's why what Tig just said earlier about having your finances and shit together is important. It matters. You want to have your own shit so, you can handle your own business. But she was picking me up from work and stuff like that. I would use the car and stuff like that to go to work and stuff like that or whatever. So at some point, the car that she had fucking overheated and broke down. So we didn't have no car. So I was getting rides or taking cabs, whatever. So she had got a job, and the girl that was working at the job, her boyfriend would pick up my girl to go to the job because he had the car or whatever. So I guess it was just convenient for him to pick her up or whatever. And I said, okay, fuck it. That's your girlfriend, it's her boyfriend or whatever. It's cool. So that happened for like, a month. Now, keep in mind, she got fired from this job. She got fired from this shit. Like a month after or whatever. So she's still in the house and stuff like that or whatever. So I'm sitting in my fucking house. She was out helping her sister move or some shit like that or whatever. So I'm sitting there, doing something in my house or whatever. And I get a fucking text message and on Instagram. And I open it up or whatever, and it's this girl saying, Alyssa or some shit like that or whatever, saying, hey, blah, blah, I think you need to know something. Then she sent me all the messages on like Snapchat or whatever the fuck it was at the time of him and the guy. Now, when I was looking at this, I had no idea what the fuck I was looking at. I didn't even know, because the girl was like, you get bullshit messages sometimes. And I was like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Or whatever. And then I sent the message back to her, and I was like, who the fuck is this? And she said, this is blah, blah, blah's girlfriend, the person that's driving your girl or some shit like that or whatever. I just found out that, they've been having a relationship and shit like that or whatever together. And then I went back and looked at the messages, and I'm like, okay, now I'm putting it together like, oh, this is these. And then I started putting it together. And I'm not going to lie, man, that was the first time when I really experienced it, and I knew that I experienced it. And I felt like it fucked me up, yo. I'm not gonna fucking lie. I'm not gonna be one of them guys like, oh no, I was just tough and said fuck that bitch. I was literally in a place where I never thought it would feel like that. Like first off, this bitch been in my house. Now I understand that she's a completely different person than what I thought. So she's been in my house. I found out what she's done, but I don't know all she's done. And apparently she has potential to maybe do a lot more. I don't know who's been in my house. I've let this girl watch my son at one point. I have no fucking, you know what I'm saying? The little things when people talk about somebody being cheated on, or a cheater, or whatever the fuck you want to establish, is always thought of maybe as like, fuck that bitch, cheat for the streets and blah, 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 this and that. But when you actually have a connection with somebody and you're dealing with them, and you're, especially when it's close, and you find out this person can literally lead a whole separate life behind your back and do anything, I personally feel like the potential for what they can do is kind of endless. You don't know what that fucking person can do. That's how I felt. I felt weird being in my house. I felt weird in a whole bunch of shit. I was like, how many niggas might have came over my house? How many niggas came over here with my son here? And it fucked me up. I'm not gonna lie, it fucked me up for a minute. Like I moved out of the house and everything. But that was the biggest thing that I had, that really kind of woke me up to that experience. And I was like, listen, it taught me about not wanting to just fuck with, a whole bunch of different people, man, and different things like that or whatever. So if I get with somebody, I didn't date for a fucking year and a half after that shit, yo. It really turned my life around.
Yeah, women are good liars, bro. Yeah, be careful out here. There's some good liars. They can lie.
Yeah. It was just a crazy experience, man. That's why it's like, just talking about different things, like, from people cheating. Now let's kind of reverse the roles here. We all kind of had a chance to kind of like express or whatever. Now how many of us have been the I see fucking how many of us have been the doers instead of the getting doneers?
Ted, get that off your nose real quick, man.
Go ahead,
you're gonna start just for that right there. You're gonna start.
How many of us have been the cheaters or whatever?
I haven't cheated, but I had plenty of opportunities to say that. Especially my last
okay. I thought you were gonna say you definitely was doing some shit.
Oh no. I haven't been that far yet. Well, it depends on what you define as cheating. Yeah, it depends on what it depends, because according to my ex, like I guess it hurt my one time I technically did.
Okay, what did she say?
I got caught texting an old bitch I used to fuck.
And she said that was cheating. The texting part was
She said it was cheating. Even though I did, it was really bad timing, because I had talked to the girl in years, and she just hit me up randomly, and we wasn't even really talking like that. Like, we basically asked me how I doing and stuff like that. It wasn't nothing like really crazy. Yeah, she happened to see it, so she said I was cheating, but that was like at the beginning. We were together like 2 years. So that was like month 3 of our relationship when that happened.
Really? So you did continue to date her?
Yeah.
Well, she continued to date you. I guess is a better way to put that.
Yeah, we continued.
Let me ask you, if you were with her for 3 months and you found out that she was texting an old boyfriend, honestly, this is why it's important to kind of always do that shoe on the other foot shit, because it'll really that's the easiest way to kind of teach yourself, like, damn, maybe I shouldn't fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because as you were even saying it, I was like thinking it to myself, like, that's one of the questions I wanted to ask. So if you found her texting somebody else, do you think that you guys would have went on and did a 2-year relationship?
Oh, definitely not.
It's fucking hard, man.
But see, that's the thing though. But this is one of the controversial things I'll talk about on my podcast. We actually talked about this last week. Is the co-host I had on there last week, girl named Tori. We talked about she said, why do men get to do certain things and women don't? I was like, because men and women don't live by the same rules. There's a lot of double standards out here. Some benefit women, some benefit men. Some benefit, and I think when it comes to cheating, woman cheating and a man cheating ain't the same thing. Is it the same? That's just my opinion on it. This is the same. Doesn't make it right. Doesn't make it right either way. They're both wrong. Doesn't make it right either way. But I think that cheating could be interpreted in different things for men and women.
Yeah, that's why I kind of started off this with asking, like, what's the minimal? You know what I mean? Like, what's the smallest thing that you can consider cheating? What's like, somebody hugging somebody, in Jay's case, if you were dating somebody and, let's say you had a female friend and you talked to this girl for years before you even knew this other woman that you're with, and you guys talk a lot. Now, you'll back it down, you know what I'm saying? From like, how much you used to talk if you get in a relationship. But you still connect with her, like, hey, how you doing? Or you went to the movie yesterday? Oh, and you guys every now and then you text a little bit or whatever. Now, what if you had a girl that had the same kind of viewpoints that you have, and she was like, oh, you got a female friend? You better cut that shit off because I'm your female friend, and everything else, you ain't doing shit. Would you be able to stay in that situation?
No.
Yeah,
the thing is though, you got to know your limit. That's my point. You have to know when someone is making it or attempting to make it more than a friendship.
But you can't never really know the other person's perspective. I mean, some people, yes, you can. Some people, I mean, you may be able to, but just like, Tig just said, everybody has different opinions on what they consider.
That's true.
Now, there are some very obvious things, like, if somebody says, hey, that dress looks great on you, baby, or something. Now, yeah, then this is obvious. But on some cases, guys are slick, man. You try to make it seem like it's the movie type, goofy best friend dude that's just being dumb. and obvious. But a lot of times people are really slick and casual. Like, you know, they can just do easy things and make it look like they're really trying to be genuine when they do have ulterior motives or whatever. So it's like there's not always a way to know. That's why I'm saying, like, you kind of, that's a situation where you have to trust. You can't just establish, hey, you're not talking to any. Let's just keep it safe. No fucking females in your vicinity. Like, don't even work with them and shit. You know, you kind of have to have an understanding in that way of, if I do this for me, then you can't do it either. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's got to be reasonable. But Tig, you made up a good point where you said, like, in your opinion, like, you know, men and women's, you know, standards of cheating are kind of different in the way you see it. Is there like a reason behind that? Like, you know, is it anything where you can say, hey, I wouldn't want this done to me, so I'm not going to do it to her? Or do you feel like, hey, I don't want this done to me because this is what I'm supposed to do and she shouldn't do it because that's what I'm supposed to do and she's supposed to do what she's supposed to do?
Well, yeah. I think on both sides is like wrong. Like, even in that situation, like, you know, thinking about looking back on it, like, yeah, I know. Okay, I can see why she had a problem with that. Like, you know, talking to somebody that, you know, used to like have relations with, even not a relationship, but still. So even looking back on it, I get it. But basically what I meant by, like, when it comes to cheating, like, a lot of things, men and women don't live by the same rules. But I think, my opinion, I think actually women cheating is worse than men cheating, especially when it comes to like sexual cheating. Come to like sex, because, you know, women sex tend to be like emotions. Thing. When a woman's cheating, you know it's raps. She feels something. She feels something for that guy. Like, it's something about the guy she like men in general, like, not all men, but men in general, like, man, you can, sex is an action. For
it's like
you could have sex with a woman you hate.
Yeah.
For a woman you hate, like, you go right back to your girl like nothing happened. Right back with women, when they cheat sexually, it's raps. It's raps. Like, she like that. She, most times like that.
Go ahead, Harris. Yeah, you sound like you said Harris woke up for that shit right there.
You know, I just like I have a metaphor, like me and my boy, like sex is like doing a rep, bro. You put on a little 5, you know, 10, warm up, you know, and then you add on some more weight. You know, you get, like, it's literally like a rep. You could do it almost muscle memory. And then for me, like, temptation comes in. So if I win, or if I'm gonna cheat, I'm usually cheating up, or I'm cheating from a different body type than my girl. I like thick women, and I like all these different types, but after a while, man, after a couple dozen times, the body gets boring. So I want a little something petite, you know, and then maybe I want a little, you know, to me it's like variety. It's just, you want to smell something different. You want different pheromones. You want to, you know, feel a different titty. You want to, like, and that can be done with ease. Like, I'm not gonna die for none of these bitches out here, but I'll die for my girl. But doesn't mean, like, in my head, like, I can still have sex with all these women, and it doesn't matter. It's just an action. It's like going to the gym, racking them, and then I leave the gym. Now what are we doing? That's you know, I agree. That's what I'm saying.
All right, guys, listen. I'm not judging anybody. I'm just trying to put some shit into perspective. This is fucking great conversation, man. I wish like, I hope a lot of people see this shit. I completely understand what you guys are saying, and that's why I'm saying, like, hey, listen, more power to whoever feels. I know you guys aren't the only ones who feel this way. I personally don't share the same kind of viewpoint, but I'm gonna explain why on my side. What you guys are basically saying, like, your analogy of the gym is, like, you know, it's great because it literally kind of gives you the understanding of, I think you have to really be in control of your feelings and, you know, connections that you have with people. If you're able to kind of just have that establishment, like, I love my woman. Like, hey, I love my woman. This is my girl. And I love doing it, but after, you know, a year or 2 years or 3 years, whatever, I'm kind of like, damn, I like, you know, that chick too. Let's say I love Beyonce. I got Beyonce, fucking gorgeous. Why would I do anything else, right? But, you know, after a while, you look at, you know, J-Lo or some shit like that, and you're like, damn, I like that kind of too. I wish I could have that shit. So now you're like, all right, let me just dabble in that shit, but I still love my Beyonce. Like, fuck that. I love my Beyonce or whatever. The problem is, if you go to J-Lo, your mind state before you get there is, man, I'm just gonna touch that shit real quick. I'm just gonna taste it real quick. That shit tastes good. Ugh. But then you might just fucking really like that taste and shit. Like, you feel me? And then it's like, now the control that you kind of went into it with is kind of losing a little bit because now that temptation has been introduced. So it was already there when you with visual, but now you dived in a little deeper with it. Now you tasted it, you touched it, you felt it, you smelt it. You got every bit of that shit. So now the mentality that you had of like, I love my girl, my baby, you still got that. You love your girl. And you saw that shit over there from afar. Damn, that shit look good. I'm going to go get it. You got it. You know you got it. You know you can get it. Now it's, do you have the willpower or the discipline to not continue to do that, to fuck up what you have? And I think that's kind of how I look at it. It's the discipline of having a commitment. Like if you're going to establish yourself, and this is only for people who establish themselves, not for just anybody, whatever. You're going to say, hey, I'm married, with somebody exclusively, or whatever the fucking case. I'm with 3 people exclusively, whatever you agree to in your situation for your life. If you're going to do that, you got to have the same kind of discipline, like you said, on a fitness journey, on a financial journey. I got to save this money. I got to eat this fucking salad. It's the same kind of discipline you have to have, because as soon as you start dipping into temptation, your shit can easily be gone. And that's just why I think that, you know, when it comes to cheating, I don't know if it's more of a gender role. I don't know if it's more. I think it's literally just the experience. Like, if you're going to cheat, men or woman, you're allowing yourself to be a part of more than just one. And that's just kind of how I feel about it.
And let me just say this. Like, I kind of look at it too, just in the animalistic nature terms. Like, we reproduce sperm 24/7 hours of 24/7. Like, you come, you know, you could come again. It gets harder and shit. But women, like their bodies are like, we're made to reproduce. We repopulate, man. The dick, fucking, I get boners all day. I mean, just at work, fucking, like, not even thinking about sex. I mean, my dick's just hard. And women, they can only carry one life once every year, once every full year. Yep. So I don't think naturally it's meant for them to have a lot of dicks in them in general. But for men, man, it's like we do this shit repetitiously. It's almost just in us. Like, we're meant to hunt, fight. Yeah, like it's just so that's one thing I agree with Tig. Like, it's almost, that's one of the double standards. It's like we're literally built different.
That's definitely a great point. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that.
They talk about it on this. It's probably one of the most controversial podcasts out there. It's probably one of the most, but that's how they talk about it. It's down there. He says, I'm not gonna say it on the show. Yeah, but that's a controversial podcast. This guy basically said he believes that about 90+% of men out here, if you're in a perfect world, there was no consequence. Like, women don't bitch about it. There's no divorce, like repercussions of it or anything. That's like most men will. He thinks most men will. They had a choice between one woman or multiple women. They would choose multiple women. They would choose multiple. It's only because
just for sex though, or is it the whole thing? Is it just to fuck them, or is it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a combination. This would be a combination. Like, they believe, like, most men, like, he would say, like, him personally, he wants to have like 3-4 wives, or you can have 3-4 girlfriends, or you can have a wife and 2-3 girlfriends. Like, most men would rather have that versus one woman, even in a perfect world where there's no consequence.
Man,
when there like he says that a lot. That's because men, like, sex is like more of an action more than like anything.
I've actually, that's one of the things. My girl's like pretty much right about it. She don't like it, but she just loved me so much that we've kind of had those talks. Like, baby, like, it's not like I'm gonna do it in front of your face. If you do it right, you're not supposed to know what the fuck I'm doing when I'm out of the house. I'm not supposed to know what you want to give a blowjob, at Sack and Save when you're getting the groceries. I'm not supposed to know anyway, so it really don't bother me. But like, I almost got her trained and programmed. I have her listening to Kevin Samuels. I got my girl, listening to Patrice O'Neal and these guys who, and I'm kind of like, even like Chris Rock said, like men are only as faithful as their options. And I tell her all the time, like, it's not like I'm necessarily going to pursue it, but if I have an option or if I have a chance, I'm a bartender, right? And I always use this analogy too. If I got to go into the walk-in cooler to get some more beer, and I just happen to open that cooler door, and there's a nice, juicy, fat ass bent over the case of beer, just says, like you said, no consequences, no, just, man, like we could literally, I could just hump that for whatever, a few seconds, a minute, walk out with my beer, keep pouring. It's just so
effortless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think more men would do it. The only reason you don't see it more because most men don't have the leverage to be able to demand it from women. But that's why you see a lot of millionaires. They have multiple girlfriends. They have multiple wives all the time. That's why they have the leverage to do that. Because guess what? If woman say, "You know what? I ain't put up with this shit." All right, cool. I got Becky, Tanya, 6 other women behind you, ready to sign. Shit, they'll take it, ready to take it. But they want the financial freedom now. Also, they want the finance. That's
that finance
like,
shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
finance.
that's the thing. That's why you see a lot of rich people have multiple girlfriends. You don't see many rich people only have one wife and that's it.
Oh yeah, like you said with the options. Yeah,
because they have the options and the leverage to demand that.
Yeah, because they be goofy and and still have play because of the money. Yeah, there's different reasonings for it. I just find it. I don't know, man. I just find it hard, man. I think that especially in today's society, and not that I agree with it, because I fucking don't agree with it. But women are coming back and even fighting back. Like, hey, if we want a dick, and we all know, just like we're just talking now and everything we're saying, the reason why. Just like your options, women have fucking unlimited. If women wanted to switch the roles and just be the biggest hoes and whores in the planet, it would be so fucking easy. I don't care where they are, what they're doing, teaching a class, training a puppy. There's a dick for them. They can make them for them. You feel me? So it's literally like, that's why it's like, the roles, I like what Harris said about, men are, designed to, recreate and women hold literally just one life in them. I like that analogy. That's very interesting, like way of looking at it as far as like, if you want to kind of species, however you want to look at it, like it's a very good analogy in that aspect. But we gotta be realistic, man. I mean, I don't know if I agree wholeheartedly that women don't have the same urges to be like, yo, listen, I want to suck this nigga dick right now.
Oh,
I think they hide it better.
Yeah, but they have every right to be a hoe. Women, if you want to throw your pussies around, please do so.
But they no, come on, bro.
They have the right to. The world will look at them different.
If they, it'd be more than that. If women were hoes, let's be real. The realistic shit of it is, they fuck, just like you said, Harris. They're the life, creators and shit. We're the formula. We're the fucking recipe in the book and shit like that you just read with your finger. But they the fucking data oven. You feel me? Like, data. So we can supply the fucking recipe and here, take this, throw it in that fucking bakery, and that's it. But they got to cook that shit. So if women just randomly just said the whole fucking planet was in full agreement of saying, hey, fuck it, you guys are not going to be looked at any different way. Fuck who you want to fuck, do whatever you do. And everybody said, okay, fuck it. They just walked around with their skirts up and shit like this. Yeah. And any dick that wanted to come to them, they could just, that's mine, you're mine, he's mine. They fuck them all at the same time and shit. The consequences are going to be a lot different that they have to deal with than what we have to deal with, because we can fuck everything in a line. And besides, like, diseases and shit, as long as they clean and shit like that, for the most part, you all right. You ain't really no big things, but they making babies and shit. And that's one of the biggest consequences that women have to face. So it does have a need for them to have more responsibility in that area. The fact that they can procreate is the reason why I feel like women have to be held at a higher standard than what men can.
Yeah. Can I throw something out there?
Yes,
Like,
please.
Do you think I kind of believe that a lot of men are sexually frustrated in America, and I think that not even myself, I don't get the sex that I want, like the actual sex. Like if I could just, whether it was money, whether it was just my physical, what I can bring into, like, I work at this fucking fantastic hotel bar. It's fucking wonderful. Sunday brunches, women's coming in droves. I mean, we got 12 tops of fucking beautiful, like Sex in the City shit. Y'all know, you live in Atlanta and shit.
Yeah.
Just women to the fucking nine, bro. Like, and I'm over there like, as a man, you're like, damn, we're visual. But do you think if women were more free with their pussy, if say maybe if prostitution was legal or something, I think we talked about this before, but do you think men in this country would even be more at ease? Like if we could just, with all the pornography and all the fantasy and the
That's
fucking
what I was thinking.
Instagram, right?
Yeah.
The booties, like I think there's a lot of us are like fucking like damn, and
stimulated at all times.
Yeah, we have women, but it's we still want what we see with our eyes. Damn, I want that one. I want that one. I don't know. Do you think there's something there? If women were more free with their pussy, like this country would be like more chill, or what?
I think it's just what you just said, bro. I mean, me personally, I don't want to speak for the whole room. I think it's just what you just said. I think everything is sexualized. Everything is sexual. You can't. It goes back to the conversation where we're having, when we were just talking about dating and the ease of dating. You can date in your pocket from your house. You can open up your phone right now and go on Instagram. If you're anything like me, I can pick my phone right now. You're going to see titties every fucking third picture. You might see an ad, but you're going to see somebody's titties somewhere. And is that because I like, oh shit, cute girl? Okay, boom, boom. Oh, I'm fucking, wrestler, tight titties out. And I liking this shit all the time. Am I liking girls on TikTok and shit? Yep. Am I fucking watching the news and seeing, damn, that fucking news reporter pretty as shit. Why the fuck she told? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everything is sexualized, man, for the most part. Whether it be a beer commercial, whatever the fuck it is. So it's like you're constantly stimulated, yo. Do I think that the answer would be like if women was just like, fuck it, these niggas need some pussy, let's make it more available? Like, I mean, I think it would bring different problems. Let's say that. Like we said, like, nothing's just going to be like, oh, we're fixing one problem and everything is fucking like, 100% now. It'll be like, oh, we're fixing one problem, but now we're really creating a new one. I think that the problem we would have if we were able just to fuck everybody, I think we would be in a lot of trouble. Like whatever we're inventing from that much, over, connection or whatever, I think there'd be a lot more dirty pussies out there. So everybody just be a little, I don't know. It could be a lot of shit. But I think like you were saying, with men being, stressed out and stuff like that is because 9 times out of 10, you're not just fucking somebody. 9 times out of 10, you got a connection with somebody that you're talking with. Most people ain't just walking up to you and just, hey, you want to suck? You want to fuck me? Hey, you want to fuck me? Yeah, I want to fuck you. Let's just go. Most of the time, you got to go through the process and the dating shit, and you got to meet somebody, and you got to make time for them, so it's a process. You know what I mean? So it is stressful because you want to just fuck. Just like if you're seeing food and you're hungry, you want to just eat, but you got to cook it and buy it and fucking spend the money. And, you might see a Burger King commercial and now you want a burger, but you only got fucking peanut butter and jelly at the house. Now you pissed off because you got something to eat. That's your wife at home, even though she's usually fucking steak. But now tonight, because you want that burger, she peanut butter and jelly and shit. So it's like, I think it's just overstimulation, man. And it's not even anybody's fault. It's just, you're constantly seeing this shit. I don't know if, just instant pussy in a fucking package with pocket pussies and shit would be the answer. But, I don't know. This is fucking great. Oh, Kyle, let me get Kyle, man. Kyle, been quiet. Kyle, how you feel, bro? Because I know I'm not trying to shout you out or anything, but I feel like, you're a little bit more reserved. Like you said, you haven't really dated in 11 years. I mean, that's a long time. You're perfect for this, discussion. You're on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I'll say this. I had gone out on dates. I hadn't been in a relationship in 11 years. I have gone out on dates, like a handful of dates. And at one point I thought I, had a potential girlfriend, but turns out she wanted something different. And as a result, I lost a friend. But, because I'm an emotional guy, naturally, I don't mind being vulnerable. If I'm with somebody that knows me, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm the type of person, like you could read me like a book. And the reason being is because I've been in environments where it's been, okay to just be yourself. And the older I get, the more I don't care what anybody else thinks anymore.
That's the beauty of age, man.
because look, in my teens, I went through that awkward phase. Discovered porn at 11 years old. But then also at the height of the internet age, when everything was still pretty new, and in order to download a picture or download a video, you had to wait like a half hour to an hour, right? Then here we come with this, with the internet speeds and stuff, and I got caught watching porn from my mom, and then next thing you know, she she doesn't at all like discipline me. She kind of jokes about it, right? Because I tried to hide it, right? And Ma don't play. She knew something was up. So and then I'm like, Ma, please don't think I'm weird, right? And she said, no, I don't think you're weird. I think you're normal. And then tells my dad. My dad tells my cousins. All they want to know is, what sites were you on? I was 13. Talk about everything being sexualized. I was 13 at the time. Okay, I was encouraged early on to look at it. As a result, I was that kid who was like, oh my God, I can't deal with this. And then the older I got, the more I started educating myself. Instead of getting fearful about talking about sex and being around it, I was like, okay, what is the purpose besides reproduction? Because we're not the only animals that do it for pleasure. We're one of a few. But as I digress. But when I was trying to date after what happened with my ex, it was hard because I've been cheated on twice by two different people. Before I met my ex, I tried to date someone else, and she ended up going for my best friend. And my best friend tried to hide it, and as a result, we almost ended up like breaking our friendship off, right? Completely. And you know how I found out? Because nobody was being straight with me. You know how
she was for the streets anyway. So
you know how I found out
for the streets. I love that term.
It wasn't even. You know how I found out she was trying to go for my best friend? His cousin calls me at work, right? His cousin calls me at work because I had left a bunch of business cards at his place. Cousin calls me at work, gets him on the phone, tells me that he had been talking to her, and after we had a sit down. I had him come over, we talked about it, we hashed it out, and then after a while we realized she wasn't good for either one of us, right? So fast forward to me trying to date and everything. I had been on dating sites. I was going on sites. At one point I had a webcam phase. It was that bad, right?
Oh shit. I think we all did, bro.
Yo,
I know I did.
And
fucking shit.
Yo, it was just bad. Like I wasn't even looking for I wasn't even looking for sex or anything, because unlike the rest of y'all, it seems like the biggest thing that you're saying is if it was available to you, you'd automatically take it. I'll tell you straight up, I would not be that confident. I would not be that confident, because honestly, I like emotion. I like being able to tell my partner about what I like and what I don't like, and how I'm feeling. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, okay, I'm not even going to come near you if we don't have a connection. I ain't trying to connect if we can't connect. You feel me?
Yeah.
So
for sure.
So that's me personally, but also everybody's had issues with rejection, right?
Yeah,
and I feel
we're
like
gonna talk about that in a second too.
Yeah.
Real quick. That's gonna be one of the last one. We're gonna wrap up. We're going on 2 hours.
It's
This is
just,
a good
yeah,
conversation.
it's just.
I
I
love
feel
this
like
shit.
at this point, with everything that that's happened to me, I'm glad that now I'm educating myself and learning about learning about myself and the type of people that I'm attracting, not just what I'm attracted to, but the type of girls I'm attracting, because it doesn't happen too often. So when it does, I'm in a shock. Like, oh, so and so said they like me, but then I'm questioning like why. Because most of the people that even attempt to flirt with me are my mom's age or older. Because I work.
Listen, bro.
I worked at a hair salon.
Them old bitches be jumping, bro. I live for that shit.
I worked at a hair salon for 9 years. I saw beautiful women of every age come in and out of the place on a regular day-to-day basis, and I tried to talk to like one or two of them. My mom even tried to set me up with a couple, but none of them. But none of them were having it. They were like, "Okay, no, you're cool as a friend." Or at one point, I came on a little too strong. Like I suck at flirting, but at one point, I kind of tricked. I don't want to say tricked, but. Okay, I'm an awkward guy who likes awkward, nerdy girls. You know what I'm saying? And at one point, this one girl I was talking to, I made her call herself sexy. Because one thing I like when I'm looking for a partner is something that we can relate on. Like, okay, so what are you watching? What are you reading? What are you listening to? I love intelligence, emotional, all that stuff, right? So when I told her she's very intelligent, I followed it up with, what does that mean? And she said, I'm sexy. And I said, yeah, exactly. And that, and the next thing she tried to, she said, whatever is going on, I don't think I can do this right now, because she was one of my mother's hair clients. So I'm like, okay, understandable. But dang, we had so much in common.
Yeah, that happens, bro. But I mean, you bring up another good point. I wanted to ask one of the closing questions here. Harris, I just saw what you just sent me. Designer, he got what happened? I saw it said something like on a plane or something.
Well, I guess he was jerking off on the plane a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah! Oh my gosh, that's insane.
I did hear about that actually.
Yeah.
But I was reading
bro couldn't wait. Jeez.
I was reading the actual complaint or whatever, and then his. I want to maybe tie this in. He said that he had been in Tokyo, for about a week and a half, and he didn't get no pussy over there. And so and he was, brick hard or whatever. When he got on the plane, there was two fine ass stewardess, and he was like, "Yo, like I ain't had nothing in a week. I just couldn't help it." And I was like, but when in my head, I'm thinking, "Damn, nigga, like a week." But I'm thinking, the life that he's living. Right, options.
Exactly.
Access. He's right. Like a lot of these guys. I've known guys that just around the neighborhood and shit. They'd be like the same thing. Like, yeah, like I gotta fuck every other day. Like
I need some ass. Yep.
You know what I mean? And so I just figured I'd shoot you that just to maybe
example.
Yeah, tie that in. Like I don't know, like some guys, their sex drive. Maybe he does have a woman back in the States, but he can't. He can't even go a week overseas because he without fucking her. So I don't know.
Yo, listen. Here's one more thing. Like one thing that happened when I was working at Target, man. This is fucking crazy. But I was working at Target in electronics and shit, and we had a back room or whatever that you go in and get the other stuff or whatever. It was a steel door, no windows, nothing like that or whatever. But there was a camera in the top or whatever. And it was all the way in the back of the thing, all the way to the top of the thing. So there's one area like when you get right to the door, where the camera doesn't see, you don't see anything or whatever. And I learned this. I was in Target for fucking 5 years. So I learned this while I was working there or whatever. But the people who was working there before me, this guy, he was like, this girl was cheating on her fucking man. And it's crazy. It was like family that was in there and she was cheating. And the best friend was like her husband or, boyfriend or whatever. But she was fucking this dude or whatever on the side. So apparently one day, and this is the guy that trained me when I first got to Target in Atlanta. The guy was going into the stock room and fucking with her and shit like that or whatever. So one day they went in there and did something, and I I don't know what happened, but he was also security. He was a security guard or whatever. So that's how I guess he knew the spot was there.
Gosh.
And he was he was doing something, but they didn't get a chance to finish. So this motherfucker went back into the security office and started beating his shit. And they caught him on the camera.
It's fucking insane, bro.
And fired him and shit. Yeah.
Out of all places, come on.
Bro, like y'all just said, at work, I beat off every fucking job I've had. To delivery, to the truck, everyone. Fucking everything. I'm telling you right now. But he did that shit, like you're saying. You do get to a point, like he was actually fucking with somebody. It just, the sneak wasn't working out for him that day. But I fucked with so many. I flipped the table over in the fucking break room in Target one time when I was fucking with this one chick. I don't know how bad the buildup can be if you've been in Tokyo and you just have to do it on a plane. Must have been some bad motherfuckers over there. But I can understand, you got to get that fucking release sometimes, man. That shit do well.
I'm saying, was he in the bathroom? No.
I guess he was in a first class, but it was one of those like Delta One, so it was kind of like it was private, but not really.
Yeah,
go to the bathroom, bro. That's crazy.
Some people just like that risk, man. Some people just like that risk.
You can't wait till you get home. Use the bathroom. Don't do it in public. Like
I told y'all when me and Harris was talking, I think one of the first live lines we did, and I used to drive to Georgia. My first, starting to move down here. I used to fucking just to stay awake. I used to beat off driving and shit. And it works.
Wait, that made you stay awake. Wait, that helped you stay awake?
Yep. Hell yeah. I'll be in the fucking car beating my shit, driving, nigga.
Everybody's different. Everybody's different because that's a great way to go to sleep. I don't see that. A way to stay awake.
Nah, I'm up. When I get done, I'm hungry. I'm like, all right, what's fuck?
You knocked one out. You're
round 4, motherfucker. Like, but here's the thing, yo. I'm sorry, yo. I'm sorry to fuck up, but this is the thing now. Like, I say this shit a bunch of times. I don't know if I told this on the show before, but on some no bullshit. I was one of them motherfuckers where I'm telling you right now. Back in the day, I was one of them. I can fucking keep going nut 50 fucking times if I have to, like a shotgun, and I'm still fucking hard. Like I don't care. I was always really sexual like that. But now, shit. I get one nut, motherfucker. I'm like, listen, babe, let's chill for a minute, yeah. My baby too, though. I just tell her like, listen, you good, baby? I'm good. You good? Let's go fucking chill, watch a movie or something. It's age. I don't know if it's age. I'm fat as shit now and stuff. I don't know, but I don't give a fuck about it anymore, bro.
You're just in a different place, bro.
Yeah, I don't care no more.
That's what it is. It's a combination of things. Your age. You're a dad now. You're a dad now. All that
comfortable.
All that stuff. You're comfortable. All that stuff. Like it. It's not like a. Like it, let's face facts. Male or female, it's gonna be a necessity because we're human, because we're freaking animals. Okay, but I think you're just in a different place. Like me, I haven't done anything in that way in like 2 years. Right?
Nah, fuck that.
But
I'm doing it as soon as we get off right now.
I realize no.
You ain't jerked off in 2 years, or you ain't had?
No. I haven't had sex in 2 years.
Okay.
Right? I haven't had sex in 2 years. My record is 7, right?
Okay.
God damn.
But,
yeah. I know girls who have went longer than that. I know
is that
girls
by
who
your
went
choice? Are you trying to do some enlightenment weird shit? Or?
You know what? No, you know what it is.
7 years.
Last time, I don't want to make this about me, but the last time I tried to get in a relationship with somebody, and it was somebody that we were friends first, and we crossed the line, we crossed the line, right? And I realized how nervous I get during sex, especially with my hips, because I have a disability. So I'm thinking in my way, like, please don't give out. Please,
please,
please
you got different things to think about.
Like, please don't give up. My whole thing is, number one, I want to make sure she's comfortable. Number two, I want to make sure that me and my stiff legs are comfortable enough to enjoy what's happening here. Because part of me still cannot believe what's happening here. So after that whole thing, went down, and we just, ghosted me, all that, all that stuff. I realized to myself, I get really clingy. I gotta chill the heck out. So that's pretty much it. I'm just, I'm just chilling. I'm not expecting sex when I'm with someone. I haven't been with someone in a minute. So
not to cut you off, bro. Like, honestly, I like the perspective that you bring, though, because you have a different perspective than what some other people may have. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like what you just said right now. My perspective, my mentality, like I have now, at 36, I definitely didn't have it when I was 20. I didn't even answer the question. Have I cheated? Fuck yeah. I had Jay's cousin. I fucking had her cheating on her fucking man in the movie theaters and shit. I'm sorry, Jay.
Yeah.
I always tell that story, but this is real. But
wasn't my choice.
I've had a lot. You feel me? But so it's like I've done a lot of shit and I've had different mentalities, but I've kind of grown into different, ways of thinking and learn from my experiences as well. But I appreciate, Kyle, that you have a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like you have your, reasons why you have, a little bit less confident in certain areas, but it's opened you up to more ways of, doing things than what even we see maybe at sometimes. You like more of that emotional connection because that's what you're more comfortable with than just the physical aspect of just the sexual act.
Don't get me wrong, I like the physical too, but I'm the type of guy that loves foreplay.
Yeah.
You feel me? So that's my thing. I like, I like touch. I like communication. I like massage. I like just getting in the mood. And then when and if that happens, it's like, I'm just glad we can enjoy the moment.
Yeah, for sure. I feel it too. I like foreplay too, bro. I love all that shit. I love the touching. I love all of that shit. Like y'all was saying before, like you be seeing, my shit. I say it all the time on the wrestling show, but I watch wrestling and Bailey, bro. If y'all watch wrestling, Bailey, Jay fucking, he don't agree with me, but Bailey from wrestling. Oh my, listen, bro, that shit right there. Her every time I see her, I'm like, damn, I'll do. There's like, I'm one of them type of motherfuckers. Like, there's not much that I won't do if I'm like really feeling some shit. What up, Ray? You fucking sneaky over here, like a fucking burglar.
All right, you got me. Okay,
yeah, I saw you, bro.
Am I in the show? Can I even get in?
Yo, jump in, bro. We about to wrap up in a minute, but yo, definitely jump. We talking about fucking people and shit. But listen. I'm one of them type of dudes, yo. I'm a fucking freak, yo. I'm still a freak, like to this day. Like there's not. I think now that I'm older, I'm even fucking worse. I'm the creepy old niggas. Like I'll lick ass every fucking thing, yo. I don't care, like everything, especially if I'm feeling a girl. Suck your feet. I don't give a fuck. Like, whatever is the craziest shit I can possibly do. Like, and you know what's crazy? We talked about this before when we talked about the pissing on people's shit or whatever. You don't really find it out until you're there. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know I'm saying it now, but you got some people who will just talk shit and then they'll be like, oh, I don't think I can. Listen, bro, I will bend your fucking legs back and lick from the belly button to the fucking bottom of your back. Like, no problem with the shit. No fucking problem either. Like, I don't care what it tastes. I don't give a fuck. I'm sucking it all.
Like a lollipop.
How y'all feel, yo? Y'all anybody the same way? Like y'all freaks? Yeah. Y'all just like, oh shit.
Nah, I mean, like part of my thing is I do have a foot fetish. I'm not going around sucking every girl's toes and shit. But I'm very particular on the pussy I do eat. On the ass I am gonna lick, and the toes I'm gonna suck. But in general, I usually mess with women who they compliment me in all those areas. Like if I'm gonna cheat, if I'm gonna cheat, I ain't really just gonna do some lightweight cheating. Like I'm gonna be eating ass in the back seat. We're gonna be 69 and fucking sweaty and shit and fucking
crying shit. Yep, I feel you.
I don't know about the toes part.
Oh,
the toes part.
Everybody's got a thing.
I used to be like that too, but
I like throat fucking. That's my shit right there.
Oh, throat shit.
Yeah, I like sexy, that shit. My ex won't let me. My ex won't let me do that shit. So I missed out for like 2 years. And I was like, yeah, I'm not compromised on that no more. You know, if I can't fuck throat, I don't want it.
Opinions and pork fat on it though.
Pork fat. Yo, Ray got to jump in here with us next week, man. Yo, we coming back. Yo, we coming back strong, Beeline. I'm back in here. We back with the convo, yo. We gonna have a whole bunch of combos. Like, I love this shit. We ain't talked about stuff like this in a while, and not gonna be just, you know, but it's just real. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, you don't get a chance to discuss this stuff, man. Even with the cheating, like I think we had a really good conversation about just like, you know, realistically, you know, men, we get a lot of dirt, man. And I like the fact that Kyle and even myself, I'm not gonna lie, like, you know, people don't think we emotional. Like, you know, I'm not saying we emotional like we crying over fucking spilled milk, but I'm just saying, like, I like to have a connection with my woman, yo. But I still agree with Harris and Tig for when they were saying, like, but I could still just fuck anything. I could shit. Not just anything, but I can fuck. If you put it in front of me, I can take care of it. Like, you know, I don't need that much of a buildup, but I would rather have that. And I choose to have that. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. So it's important. But yeah, I'm still fucking nasty nigga, man. But as I am getting older, I am still my older. I don't care. Like, you know, it's like I'm cool. I'm comfortable. Now, I can definitely go without sex. That was actually the other question that I was going to ask when Kyle was talking was how have you guys ever like really turned down some shit where you were like, how often have you turned down or turned away where you were like, listen, I could have this right now, but you're like, nah, think I'm good. Have y'all done that quite a bit or not really? Like you're more likely to tap it out.
Here and there, I have turned down sex before here and there for different reasons.
You got what's one of the good ones?
Oh, I 2%. One because she just wasn't attractive.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, that and then the bit one was like, bro, it's like this is one of my closest female friends. I don't want to like. Once you cross that line, like, bro, there's no going back. So, like, I value her as a friend.
There you go. Yeah, I fully agree. Fully agree. What about you, Harris?
Man, in the last few years, older I am being more selective.
Yeah.
I've turned down a little bit in the last couple of years. When I was younger, though, my specific goal was quantity over quality. I mean, I was just trying to get my numbers up until I was about 27. You know, and then I had my kid, and I started to mellow out a little bit. The last punani I turned down 4 months ago, and that was because I was in the process of doing this transition, and I didn't want to, like, I didn't want to basically leave with any bad juju, and then come here with, you know, I just wanted to, but I still ended up getting a little something from somebody else before I left. But this particular chick, attractiveness and just like her attitude, and there was just a couple, I was just like, I ain't fucking with you, because I did have something else that I could smash. So I don't know if that had something to play. I did have a couple little
options,
emails. Yeah,
got you.
But for the most part, man, it is hard to turn down, especially if it's thrown at you or through word of mouth, or, you know, like in my industry, coworkers fucking all the time, you know.
Oh yeah,
the house staff, kitchen staff. I mean, I remember one day, you know, speaking of eating pussy, I was eating this bitch pussy out in the airport parking lot after we got off work, man. You know, she worked 9-hour shift, but her pussy was fucking fabulous. It smelled great, tasted great. I mean, it was amazing. So, like, and I was still in my relationship. This was a few years ago, so whatever. But I went home like it was nothing, man. Went home, smelling my fingers the whole drive and shit. Just just fuck. You know what I mean? Wash up when I get home and just like nothing happened.
Yeah. No, I feel you, bro. What about you? What we got? Jay, any crazy shit you ever turned down a bitch? Like, yo, listen, I'm just not into it. Like, I'm not just talking like, oh, let me take you in. I'm talking about like a girl actually coming to you like, yo, listen, I want to fuck. Like, what you about? Like, what's good?
Currently being married or in general?
In general. Since we're 5, motherfucker. Yeah. What was your reason? Do you have like a strong reason for it? You was like, whatever.
Married.
Oh, so when you were married, somebody tried to throw it at you?
When I worked in fucking working out here in the Atlanta, period. Oh my gosh, bro.
Yeah. It's something about us being from up north, bro. I experienced that shit when I first got down here. Heavy.
I worked at fucking Lenox Mall.
Oh yeah.
There's one chick. I can't remember what store I was working. I was working at David Yurman. That's a jewelry store, a high-end jewelry store. Young lady, she worked there. We always fucking saw each other, and she wanted me, but I had to turn it down.
That's what's up. Okay, that's a story I didn't hear before. That's awesome.
I turned that on a woman like in the middle of 6th.
Really?
Yeah, that was just...
Yo.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, this was almost the anniversary. This was Cinco de Mayo years and years ago. Picked up with a chick here in Reno, and bro, it was like all day event. We actually threw a little concert and stuff. We got back to the hotel. I could smell the pussy through the pants before she even took them off. And I still tried to go for it once she got them off, man. My dick couldn't get hard. I just pretty much had her suck me off, and then
I've had that before.
It was so like I couldn't even finger her, while she's sucking me off, because it was just the stit, and I was just like completely fucking out.
Oh yeah,
I'm cool, baby girl. Like this is that tripped me out, because if you're that bad, like why would you still want me to?
I don't think some people just don't know, bro. As crazy as it fucking sounds, I think it's one of those things where people just kind of get used to their own scent and they just don't get it. You know what I mean? Like they just don't really have the same kind of understanding that, hey, maybe I shouldn't. Like you were saying before with the girl who worked all day and then you ate up. Like that's some shit. Like I did that before when I came. I had went back to Jersey when I first moved to Georgia, and I was in a relationship. And we kind of tried to do the long distance thing because I was coming back, but I was trying to keep her for a year. So I had came back down here to see my son, and for like a month or whatever. And she was working, so she was just trying to fit me in her schedule. So she was working at a property management thing. So we got in a stupid little cart. I had to go in there like it was like a porn and shit. I had to go in there like I was like pretending to look at a hotel or something or an apartment. And she took me, and we went into one of the display apartments, and we fucked in there. And I didn't say anything to her or whatever, and I still did it. I'm a fucking soldier, but she was a little thicker. She was really thick. Like she wasn't fat, but she was thick, and it had a smell. And I went and I still did that shit. I did all of it. That's why I was thinking when you said that, I was like, because she's up and down, walking around with different people all day, and I didn't want to turn it down and shit. Like that was my option right there.
I've still went through with some stinky pussy. I mean, this shit was I don't know if she had a yeast infection or whatever.
I feel you.
This shit was even my gross ass wouldn't do it. It was just damn, she was fine too, man. She was fine. She was like a rockabilly style. It was like a goth mixed with kind of punk rock, kind of rockabilly and shit. Pretty hot though, man. I just was nah, baby girl.
Yeah. Sometimes I remember we when I was playing football, we was chill at this girl's house, and my boy was dating her sister, and my other boy was dating her. But I always had the option where I could have fucked it, but I was never into her. So I was sitting on the couch one day or whatever, and she was laying on the couch, like laying on my lap, and she had the couch cushion in between her legs.
Oh gosh,
I told you. And she had a couch cushion in between her legs, right? And I'm just sitting there feeling her titties and shit like that. Big ass fucking titties. She's still sexy as hell to this day. But when she got up and I took the couch cushion, and you just take something, you kind of just hold it or whatever. Yeah. When I had put it and I held it, the fucking wind that came with when I moved the cushion to my nose, I almost and you also know when you smell something and you're like, holy shit, I smell it again to see how bad it is.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
double take.
That shit, it literally smelled like what a bloody pussy would smell like on some no bullshit. I was like, even if you've never smelled one before and seen it, you like, okay, I know that smell. It's that. That shit was horrifying, yo. And we were throwing the cushion around like, yo, that shit, bro. Fucking pussy.
Oh man,
no bullshit. That's what I'm saying. Like, as soon as you start talking about stank, that's a story that haunts me forever. Like, we used to go over her house after football. They were cool as shit. They used to cook us ravioli, anything that was like laying around. Like, they had the computer and the thing. And the thing that sucks, like, we talking about cheating and stuff like that. It was a lot of opportunities that I had. For some reason, I was always like, the third wheel dude, like going through like high school and shit like that. I was never the one who was like committing. I was like always the one who was just like around, but bitches was always feeling me and shit. So I would be talking to somebody or whatever, but I'd be chilling with, oh, you got, you know, your girl, you got that girl. They got the click with the girls, and I'm just chilling, meeting bitches and talking to their friends and shit. And I had so many opportunities, bro, where I could have fucked a lot of these dudes, girls. A lot of dudes don't even know that, you know, they girls just walk around with their bras off. Like I was a gay friend and shit, but I think they didn't know just how many times like they used to fucking come on to me and shit. Like, yo, listen, hey B, what's up? And just sit on, because you know how bitches will play it. You know what I'm saying? They won't tell you, but they'll do shit to let you know that the invitation is there. Come sitting on my lap, and you know, I was like, damn, I can fuck her right now if I wanted to, I could do some shit, but I'm just fucking, and I push it away. But it's just interesting, like, you know, you do have different reasons for why you turn it down, bro. I've turned down some really, really good looking women, you know, that they were shocked. I was even kind of shocked, but I didn't want the attachment, you know, whether it be old jobs that I had. I fucked a couple girls that got me in trouble also. That's, I think, as a learning lesson as well, especially from work and shit like that or whatever. I fucked a couple girls and made some reputations for myself, which I didn't fucking like. You know, finding out they was fucking everybody else before you fucking over there trying to wipe them up and shit. And I've had some shit like that happen, man. Well, that's reasons why you deny that shit sometimes.
Yeah. One another reason I did turn down something, because I was in the little drug scene a little bit, and you know, I knew this chick messed with some pills, a little coke, a little meth, whatever. And one of her, you know, just she kind of for the streets, but she's tied to like a crazy motherfucker. Had an opportunity to go over there and smash, and I was like, look, you could come here, I'll get us a room, but I didn't go over there because I just felt like some shit could pop off, or this motherfucker show up, or she might try to set me up. I've turned it down for that.
Wasn't worth it.
I ain't going to yo shit. We can anything else, but she didn't want to. She, no, I'm just here at the house, and I'm like, fuck you, I'm cool.
No, thank you.
Real. Yeah, you gotta watch that shit. That's important. You actually just brought up a good point, Harris. I'm really glad that you just said that, guys. We are about to wrap it up. This has been a fucking great episode. Thank you guys so much for coming on and welcoming me back to Live on the Line. I do want to do another episode. What Harris was just saying, I want to kind of come back and talk about dangerous exes and shit like that. I was actually thinking about it when you just said it, because I got a couple stories in that area too. Whether it be like dating a girl who had a crazy baby father, or just different things of that nature. We're gonna touch on a couple of different topics next week as well. But yo, we back. Beeline, we back. Yo, listen, for you guys who've been watching the whole time, thank you. I hope you guys enjoy. As you can see, we back to the conversation. We're gonna start talking some shit a little bit more. I'm gonna be watching videos and stuff like that. Tuesday, we come back with the web show. We're gonna be talking about some news and some stuff that's going on. So anybody who wants to come on, we can talk there. Thursday with the entertainment show, we're gonna be talking about the new movies and stuff that's coming out, new things that we've been watching recently. I've been watching a lot of movies and shit like that on all different streaming platforms. A great show. If anybody hasn't watched it, anybody here, anybody worked in Walmart, everybody worked in like Walmart and shit like that, any Targets or anything like that? Anybody had a job there? I know me and Jay did.
Yeah, I used to work at Walmart.
They rejected me.
They did.
Sam Walton.
Yeah, I tried.
You ever do any of that
Target
shit?
and Walmart. They didn't want me.
Worked at both.
Only retail like that I did. I worked in the receiving department at Burlington Coat Factory. Other than that, I think that's like the only retail I did actually.
Man,
little Burlington.
Talking about relationship, bro. Listen, I got so much fucking play from the retail jobs that I've had, bro. I'm trying to tell you. But there's a show called Superstore. I don't know if it's still on. It's a really, really, really good show. It's kind of like The Office. If anybody Office fans, it was on NBC too. Yeah, it's really fucking good, yo. It reminds me of like, because I've worked at Target for 5 years. I worked at Walmart for like 2 years. I worked at Home Depot. I've worked through all that shit. But the drama that goes on it's like the show is funny, but it's just like it's a funny depiction of exactly kind of how that life is. And it's a really good show. But we're gonna be talking about our entertainment show. We talk about a lot of different things. Hey, Beeline, guys, I love you guys so much. Tig, thank you so much, man. I hope you join us. Please come back next week. You've been a really great addition to this. Kyle, you as always, bro, you've been like a regular at this point. I love having you on. You got a great different perspective you bring it to the table. And Harris, bro, listen, yo, fucking Harris is back, man. And Harris, yo, kudos to my boy Harris, Mike and everything. Looking good. Studio's looking good, bro. Getting shit together.
Trying to, man. The next edition, I'm actually just gonna get a piece of plywood. I'm gonna get an actual board and put hooks, and then I'm gonna hang up my shit, and it's gonna be like something I can move and you know, like a portable podcast background. That's my next.
Let me help you out. I got something right here, and I was actually doing the same thing. Walmart sells a it's like a movable clothes rack. All right, I bought 2 of them because I got a lot of fucking clothes that I don't wear, especially because I got fat and can't fit a lot of shit. But I got hopes that I'm lose weight and get back in my old clothes. But I got a lot of clothes that I don't wear. I got these movable racks. When I didn't really use them, I just still throw that shit in the bag and just put it in a storage bin. But I use it as a curtain. So I was actually taking those, and if you get like 2 of those and put them together, put the plywood on there, it got like a base where you can like put shoes and shit. Get a nice one, like a sturdy one. Bam! I'm telling you right now, I used it a couple times for a movable studio scene, so that might help you out, bro. Nice. But it works really well. Really well. Home, do DIY some shit and just tie that shit together at the bottom. Give you a nice area. Yeah, that shit will be rocking. Move it wherever you need to.
And you could be like interchangeable and switch up around if I need to or something.
Yep. Yeah. And it'll be sturdy too, and it'll be on wheels. That's be important. But I do that same shit. But yo, I love you guys, man. Thank you guys so much for coming on. Next week, please. I would love everybody to come back. We gotta get some more girls on here. I would love to see. This has been a good one to hear some girl, you know, not scared to talk either. Their experience and stuff like that, get that other perspective as well. But guys, until next week, we gonna stay true, stay positive, pay attention, baby, because you might have that stanky stank, and then you put your face all in it, and then you face with that decision, like, am I gonna do it? I'm gonna look like a bitch. Fuck yeah, I'm gonna do it. I don't care.
Get the smell on the beard
all day. Oh man, having a beard, that's the worst. Because then you gotta keep smelling that motherfucker, y'all. Yo, with your beard, have you guys ever dropped some fucking ketchup or some mustard or something like that? And you be smelling that shit all day, don't really know it's there. You wiped it, but it dried a little bit. Man,
I do that shit. Mine is short, so I don't have that much of a problem.
I always get barbecue. So mine's always barbecue sauce.
Fuck you up, man. You'll be smelling that shit all day. I'm like, damn, I stink.
Oh, it's barbecue season now. So that's gonna be gonna be a regular occurrence for you, huh?
Yeah, we might have to put something together, man. Do like a cookout thing where we all cook out at our homes and get on live or some shit. I don't know. I'm gonna think of some shit, bro. I'm gonna put it in the chat. But yo, I love you guys, man. Hey, till next time, guys. We'll be back next week. I love you guys. Check us out on Tuesday.
All right, y'all. Peace, man.
Peace.